That's right. Okay, okay. What do we got? Did I already do something? Oh yeah, that's right. I unlocked a whole bunch of more Magic Girl stories now because of the rework. So now you get Magic Girl stories way earlier. Oh, that's good. That's good. Some good stuff. Of course, you already know all these stories, so nothing special. Those were annoying to skip. Yeah, welcome to the stream, Fox Bullet and Crystal X. How are you guys doing? I don't think I've unlocked that many though, because usually I get characters to 50 or I don't do much with them at all. But there are some characters who are like in between now. They're gonna get updated. You got an A1 Devil Homura by 100 pulls. Congratulations, that's pretty good. My Japanese alt account that I reactivated after like 6 months got Akuma Homura in like 7-10 pulls. And like at least 2 5 stars every single pull. That must be some comeback bonus, like some hidden comeback bonus. If you come back to the game after 6 months, the game just gives you like 2 5 stars every single temple or something. Like absolutely crazy stuff. Yeah, I see other people are coming back as well. It's not quite the same if I'm just going back with like an alt account. But yeah, welcome everyone to the stream. I hope all your Akuma Homura pulls are going fantastic. Karen is in prison right now for 500 years and she's gonna break out by stealing a car. None of what I'm saying is wrong. You really just gotta read this. You just gotta read the story. Like her magical story is insane, absolutely insane, absolutely unhinged, an absolutely crazy person. Yay! Welcome everyone as well. Kora always arrest. How are you doing? Homura reunites the fans. She pulled us all out of Marukami's heaven. Yeah. I'd rather be in hell than in heaven, to be fair. Hell is where all the fun people are. Well, and some of the bad people, but it's also where the fun people are. Let's say changed HUD file. Yeah, level 50 was kind of a lot, but to be fair, I was increasing my HUD. I'm increasing my HUD files for every single character faster than new characters release. So ultimately, I would still have every character like level 50. Look at how many level 50s I already have, and I didn't really spend any sand at all. I've just been farming whatever the highest difficulty hard file boss is every single day. And you can see that like about half of all the characters, maybe even more than half of all the characters are already sitting at 50, right? It gets a bit less when we get to like the 3-star and 4-star characters. But if you're talking about 5-star characters, I think almost all of them are like 50 or on their way to 50. So that's quite something, right? Okay, I'm not going to go through all of them right now because that's going to take a while. I don't trust most of them to fight the hardest fights. You gotta figure out how to do it. There's also the event, of course, which is just the first half of Rebellion as an event. There's also the Super EX quest, the EXP quest, for people to catch up. I don't think it gives that much XP, actually. Like, the amount of XP that it gives is nice if you're still below like 100 or like 120 maybe, but if you're like 120 or higher, I don't think it gives that much actually. This is mostly for catching up. Wow. Good luck, yeah, thank you. So curious what they're going to do for our anniversary now. Maybe it's something really crazy. By the way, it gives 5,000 experience, which is not actually that much after 120, because you see, from 120 to 121, it already takes 114,000 experience. To put that into perspective, I think 119 to 120 was like 40,000 or something. Like, it's way fucking higher now. However, I think main story also gives way higher experience now after this point. Hey, welcome to the stream, Hamburger as well, and everyone else who's joined in the meantime. Pulled all the way to 100 and the demon did not show up. She really does hate me since Margaret days. Well, she put the kibosh on everyone in Margaret days. She was like so strong, the developers had no other choice but to shut the game down. She could no longer be contained. By the way, keep in mind, it says like here drops. Cheesecake. Wow. You can get cheesecake. Insane. Then Homura on the 40th. Ooh, that's really good. She ruined ranked? Well, it's not like ranked was ever that important anyway. Wonder why cheesecake? Because Nagisa is around the corner. Do you know if Akuma, Homura, and Nagisa will share medals? They will indeed share the medals, which means that if you, for example, get to 200 medals on Akuma, Homura, and you don't actually want to trade it in for Akuma, Homura, you can just wait and get Nagisa instead. So they do share between them. On the other hand, if you, for some reason, roll for Nagisa, I don't know why you would do that, but if for some reason you want to roll for Nagisa, you could then buy Akuma, Homura, the much better character, of course, with those medals. Akuma, Homura, I'm about to pull in like 2 minutes or something, so then we'll find out. I'm just going through the event right now while waiting for people to arrive. Because usually what happens if I immediately pull is that people come in and are asking, oh, did you already pull? Ah, I missed it. Not very nice. Hello, Rapid Rampage, welcome to the stream. Rapid Rampage, that name reminds me that RabbitDB just posted a 10th anniversary update, and apparently they're still on working hard on RabbitDB 2, which is weird because Tevi is already kind of RabbitDB 2, it's just not called that, so I don't know. Also, this background is insane. Look at that. They were cooking. They were absolutely cooking with this. Are you pulling with me? Well, hope you're gonna get as good luck as I will have, because I'm gonna pull her immediately. It's gonna be very easy. Oh yeah, the devs are absolutely cooking. A2 Homura Devil is good. Generally, Devil Homura is good, even without Ascension 2. But yeah, Ascension 2 also specifically is very good for her. And Ascension 4. Her Ascension 4 is kind of busted. Pulled her at midnight. Ooh. What time zone is that? Okay, we're gonna go through the story as well. Not actually read it, because the thing is, the story is not gonna have any music, because of course the entire background music is Rebellion soundtrack, and as you might expect, the entire Rebellion soundtrack is copyrighted. So it's all gonna be quiet and silence, and there's like nothing happening. So there wouldn't be any reason for me to actually show any of the story, because, you know, it's all quiet and silence in the background, as you can see right here. We can look at the 3D stuff though. Look at that. It's 3D. It's just silent. Entirely silent. Oh. Just imagine there's really cool music in the background. Like, imagine there's cool music like, what do we have? This. Or maybe they're popping some cool attack, like they go BAM! I don't know. But yeah, it's really cool that the entire Rebellion soundtrack is in the game. And I think that's absolutely fantastic. That is the way to do it. That is the way to do it. But you're not going to hear any of it while watching this stream because of copyright. At the same time, I'm happy that they put in streamer mode, because streamer mode means that I can actually still stream this, because if there was no streamer mode, I wouldn't be able to stream this without muting everything, which would of course also suck, and it would suck a lot more. Okay. Will all the QP stuff be half off on daily reset in a couple hours? I'm not sure what you mean with QP stuff. You mean like half QP event? I don't think there is a half QP event that I know about. Maybe I missed that. Also, I didn't even check the cheesecake shop yet. Let me check the cheese shop sketch. Camembert. We're all out of cheese. There's keys here. You can get this Homura school uniform. Sure. Mitakihara passage, background, and the Magia key. Simple stuff. Maybe a bit too simple. I wonder why they specifically made the shop. It's kind of weird. But yeah, now it's time. Now it's time for Akuma Homura. Now I'm pretty certain that I will get Akuma Homura. And if you want to know why, you might as well take a look at my gems. It is a decently sized number up there. So I think we're gonna be fine. Got pretty lucky. Ooh, 100 pulls, got A1 Akuma, A2 Sana, A2 Holy Mummy, and medals from A6. Ooh, nice. And you got Mifuyu. Oh, Mifuyu is such a great investment, specifically now, because Mifuyu has a really good synergy with Akuma Homura. Like, she might be the best partner for Akuma Homura out there, next to Ui. Like, Ui and Mifuyu are probably the two best partners for Akuma Homura. Which doesn't have anything to do with lore, like, that's a weird jumble of lore stuff. But it might be lore accurate that she's not compatible with Madokami. Anyway, so I also went to the web shop, and in the web shop you can also buy keys, extra 10 draw keys for the Akuma Homura banner, only 3 of them, but you basically get them alongside your gems. So while you're buying gems, you can also get up to 3 of these keys if you buy the packs for them. It was pretty expensive, but here's the thing. By making streams and videos, I'm gonna get some of that money back. No, not really. I can tell you right now, the amount of money that I make from streams and YouTube is not even 20% of what I have to spend on roles. And I say have to spend because I want to be able to make videos on every single character that comes out. So I want to have enough gems to roll for every single character that comes out, so I have the character and can test the character and then make a video on it. So the amount of rolls it takes to do that takes so much more money that the amount of money that I get back from making that content is like less than 20% of that. So yeah, but anyway, that's that aside. I'm gonna start rolling now, and we'll see how many Akuma Homuras I'm gonna get. It may be 0 until 200. Like, it's not in the realm of impossibility that we don't get Akuma Homura until 200. So we'll see. Okay, it looks normal. We're gonna savor this. We gotta savor those very important rolls. That does not look good. Unless it's a fake out. Could always be a fake out, right? Probably not, though. Nah, that was not a fake out, you know. But okay, it's just keys. Keys are not, like, they're not free. I did have to pay for them, but I got them alongside gems, so it's not like I had to put in extra for those keys. So also, they're basically free keys, right? Okay, that's still nothing. Never mind. I got faked out by a blue door. Oh, I didn't get the cutscene. Okay, no cutscene. But how many times? One of my favorite characters, like character-wise, Mitama is up there as probably one of my top 3 characters in Manga Record. So that's a win. I think that's A2 or something. I don't remember. A1 maybe even. And the other one? That is medals. But yeah, it was A2, I was correct about that. Okay, so we already got something out of it. We already got something out of those keys. So already we got a victory. Oh, that's the inverted key. Inverted key means something. So let's see. Okay, purple means at least a purple, which is always leads to purple. Get that healer ascension. I still don't have a single healer above A2. Okay, could it be a fake out? There was no fake out in there. The reverse key misled us. But yeah, those were our 3 keys at least. And now we're rolling with actual gems. Like I said, I have a decent amount of gems. But before we do that, we also got the step up for paid gems. Let's see how the step up works. So the first one is a 10 draw at half cost, right? So the first one is a 10 draw at half cost. The second one is a 10 draw at 33% less cost with 5-star rate up to 5%, okay? And then the third one is a full cost 10 draw, but the 5-star rate goes up to 10%. And then you, on top of that, also get a freebie, which is this right here, a purple key, right? Which is, I think, a guaranteed 5-star, but has the like 12% or however much chance it is to get also Devil Homura, I think. So that's how that goes. So yeah, it's good value. It's good value. It's great value. So if you're someone who pays for the game, then it's great value. And yeah, looking way, even though I have basically every single character in the game at Essential 5, I don't have a single hero above A2. I don't know how. I have like an A0 double Iroha for some reason. I don't know how. It's just... Okay, let's see. This is just a regular 10 draw, it's just at half cost. I think Akuma Homura is on the step up, right? It would be weird if she wasn't on the step up, right? Right? Like, it would be weird if she was not on the actual step up, right? This is the step up. Yeah, that's rates. Yeah, she's on the step up. Like I said, it would be really weird if she wasn't on the step up. So, yeah. I mean, we get through those notifications. I always gotta click through the notifications so the notifications icon goes away. There we go. Nice. Okay, next one. Now we have a 5-star rate up to 5%. Ooh. You have A2, should I try A4 at 90,000? Probably not. That's pretty unlikely. You saw AQ there? AQ there means we got something. Come on, AQ, bless this roll. I need Alina's pose to give me what I need. Okay, we didn't get a cutscene, but it could still be it. Never mind. Here you go. But hey, at least we got some more stuff. We got the key. Okay. Okay, now it's a 10% chance per every single orb that it's a 5-star. And then we get a freebie on top of that, which I think has the 12% chance or whatever to be Akuma Homura. So, this could be it. It could also be nothing, but this could be it. Reverse key. That means something. Let's go. Welcome to the stream. Marry me, or how is it going? Let's see. That's something. Okay, no cutscene, but it could still be it. Not quite. But hey, that's at least just Ascension 5. We at least got an Ascension 5 of a character out of this. And of a Breaker too, which is really good. Okay, so the key. The key is for this. What is this exact thing? The Magia Key Weave. 10% chance. A 10% chance is basically nothing, but it's a freebie. It's a really low chance, but it is a freebie, so I'm not gonna say no to a freebie, you know? Hey, welcome to our pristine mess house, yo. Double Hero a lot more if your EX would just stop avoiding me. Yeah, her EX is really good for Double Hero, huh? This is how you got Devil Homura. Ooh, maybe you want to get her as well like that, you know? Okay, no cutscene, sadly. Nope, that's Toka, who I also only had at A2 for some reason. I don't know how that worked. Okay, so we've gone through the entire step up, we've gone through the 3 10 keys, we've gone through the freebie, and now we need to do normal rolls. So we're now down to normal rolls. Streamer luck run out, sorry. I was at the shop earlier and I was asking for streamer luck and they said nope, full out of streamer luck. Ooh, that's a min roll almost. Yeah, her 8-1 is also pretty good. Reverse key. Ooh. Ooh. There it is. If you haven't seen the cutscene, this is the cutscene. Kono Tokyo Mateta. There she is. And back to the music. Ooh, look at that. We're gonna watch it. Look at that. Oh my god, isn't that great? Akuma. That is a good fucking animation. You can tell that they actually put some effort into this animation. Just like most other animations. I feel like the quality has been pretty good across the board. But yeah, there it is. And now we need the next one. That's the fake out. Could it be the next one? Could it be A1? And it's that easy. It is that easy. You just need to have a little bit of faith. And once your faith comes in, it goes, Faith is rewarded every single time. Every single time. You just gotta believe. You just gotta believe. It really is that simple. Are you planning on doing all stories on Nightmare Mode too? It's gonna be a long stream. Yep, don't worry. I'm gonna be doing all of it. This is gonna be a long ass stream. And I need it. I need to like rest a little bit because I've been doing some work today. I was running around town gathering some stuff. I needed a new drilling machine. I needed a new drill because I need to drill some shit in my bathroom. So then I've been drilling all day, and the wall behind it is like really tough concrete that I needed like the best possible drill I could get, like 750 watts or something. And even that one is struggling really hard to get through that wall. And yeah, that's taking its toll. And I'm weak as fuck. As you can tell, as you can look at me, I'm weak as fuck. Like I have at least some level of fitness. Like I go jogging in the summer, right? I do a little bit of weightlifting. It's just small weights, but I do at least a little bit of weightlifting, right? But I'm still not like strong and powerful and fit and everything, right? Which means that like a day of drilling through a hard wall took its fucking toll. So the fact that I can just sit here and relax and get a A1 Akuma Homura and a bonus Fate Weave single draw that is absolutely gonna be an A2 Akuma Homura, that's fantastic. That's how I want to spend my afternoon. A reanimation you see gets you closer to spending money. You don't have to spend money, right? That's a bonus. You think you should pull it up about 330 pulls left? We still really want Nagisa. The Nagisa banner and this one share the gacha coins. The gacha coins are shared between both of them. So it's not that bad if you roll for either of them, actually. And then you can just use the coins to buy the other one. So that's totally fine. See about coins, let's continue. Or medals rather than gacha medals. To see the new Mummy, yeah, I've seen it. There is a non-0% chance that there will be a new Mummy character within the next 2 or 3 months. Because they have just added a new Mummy character to Rebellion story. Because, of course, in Rebellion, you fight against Mummy. And that Mummy that you fight in Rebellion story is a new Kyoku. That is straight up a new Kyoku with new animations and a new special animation, right? She has a new special animation. Which is like, yeah, that's a different Mummy Kyoku. That's gonna add another one. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we got. Ooh, I mean, I'm not gonna say no to it then. It might be like my 10th friend, but I'll take 11, 12, 13. I'll take all the rents, dude. I want to end today with at least Ascension 2, which means, of course, just going to Pity. But if we're any higher than that, I'm gonna be really happy. Okay, so this was a Yoraka showing up, and Yoraka means definitely gonna get something good. She had the same battle skill, but they also had a weird shield move or something. Yeah, some people are saying maybe she was gonna be a defender or something. Ooh, who knows? Okay, what do we got? Yoraka, give me the power. Okay, I'll take that too. I'll take that too. And Akuma EX up to 6 quests. I need to get that as well. I'm out of Crystallis just give items, so like crystals, so I'm gonna have to worry about that. Okay. There's Ascension 2 right there. We're gonna watch it again in its entirety. You gotta savor that. Kono Tokyo. Matteta. You don't always get the cutscene, but sometimes you do. Sometimes you do. At least I have a healer buff A3 now. Yeah, I guess I gotta do. I guess I got it. And the fake out. No, there wasn't a fake out. I just didn't hit the skip button twice. But there was a second one. There was a second one. And it's Ascension 3. Oh, it's really that simple. Wait, no, that was the first one, because the other one was just a cutscene. Was the cutscene for this one? Never mind. So it's Ascension 2. I'm sorry, I baited myself. Unless there's another fake out. There could be another fake out after this, you know? Because... Okay, so now it's Ascension 2. There we go. Yeah, I faked myself out with that as well. Because the cutscene happens at the beginning of the pulse, and then the pulse actually happen. Anyway, we are guaranteed at least Ascension 3 now with the chip pulse at the end. So we can just continue. Which means we can still get even up to Ascension 4 maybe? Ooh, that's another one. What do we got? What do we got? Ooh, Kyoko. Oh, that's medals. What's your top 3 favorite magic girls? Is probably Homura, Ren, and maybe Mitama, I'm not quite sure. That's early. I didn't press anything. I didn't press anything, by the way. That just happened while Namae was jumping up to put the key in. I didn't press anything. It just fucking happened. Because that cutscene can happen at a random time. It could just happen at a random fucking time. I waited for this time. I waited for this time all this time. Are we going for Ascension 5? Not intentionally, but if it happens, you know. If it happens, man. Oh, there's definitely someone from the developers who has just hit the streamer luck button. It's like, get the streamer luck. I didn't have streamer luck for like the last few gachas. There's been a lot of gachas recently where I had to go up to like 150 rolls or something to get the character almost 200. Once or twice I did have got to 200, so... But sometimes the streamer luck comes in clutch and it helps me out. And we go, there we go. That's Akuma Homura again. My nose is running because it's really cold outside. It is like minus 5 degrees outside. And since I said earlier I was walking around outside all day, my nose runs very quickly when it's a bit cold outside. Okay. We still need to go to 200. We still go to 200. We still have 10 rolls left. So let's go do it. Oh. That wasn't anything. You don't have as much money after 154 now? People are suffering as much as Homura? I'm not suffering. I'm feeling great. yeah, I'm feeling great. Yeah, I'm fantastic, man. We still have 200 rolls left, by the way. Because I got some. Oh, no cutscene, really? Oh, man, I really would have liked another cutscene, man. Just showing how we doing. We have Ascension 3, and we're about to reach Ascension 4. Any moment now. We're at 190, we have it at Ascension 3. Okay, last one, and then we can buy her from the shop. Ooh, last one was also a dud. But it's okay, we are at 200 now. And we have her at Ascension 4. I don't think I'm gonna go for Ascension 5. Not right now, at least. But here's the thing. That's the wrong button. At some point in the future, she's gonna re-roll, of course. She's gonna rerun, right? Because every limited character is gonna rerun some days, usually around anniversary. I don't know if it's gonna be this anniversary, because that's pretty soon for a rerun. But usually on anniversary, they rerun almost every single limited gacha, maybe even every limited gacha out there, right? So, if she reruns during anniversary, I may go for Ascension 5. So the thing about Ascension 5 with attackers is that for attackers it's actually kind of important, Ascension 5. I wouldn't say that you have to roll for it or anything like that, but like Ascension 4 is still totally fine. But at Ascension 5 you both get 2% base attack, and base attack is really fucking good, right? That's one thing. The other thing is that attackers, the main thing that attackers do is use their special for really big bursts of damage that they then get score records with. And that big burst of damage, you know, scales with special levels, so it makes their special big hit way better if you get it to a special level 10, special level 10, which requires Ascension 5, so Also, I'm going to put this out there. It's not impossible that at some point in the future they add an item to the game that you can use to just give someone an ascension. Because I did that in Maga Record. In Maga Record, after like 3 years, I think, after 3 years of Maga Record, they introduced an item that you could buy with real money that would just allow you to give someone an ascension, including limited characters. So it's also possible they add that at some point. Welcome to the stream, Ida. How's it going? And before you ask, I did 200 rolls. We are at Ascension 4 for Akuma Homura. But yeah, I might in the future, either when they add an item like that, or when they rerun her, I may go for Ascension 5. But right now, I think I'm fine. Specifically because I also need some gems left over for Nagisa after this. Right, Nagisa needs to also happen. Like, I need to make a video on Nagisa. Of course, otherwise there's no universe in which I would be rolling for Nagisa. Like, I don't dislike Nagisa. I need to put that out there, right? Because I've said a lot of mean things about Nagisa. Actually, not really directly mean things, like indirectly mean things about Nagisa, right? I don't dislike Nagisa. It's more so that I just like everyone else more. It's that simple. It's really that simple. But I don't dislike Nagisa. Don't get me wrong. I also like the Maga Record version of Nagisa a lot more than the Rebellion version of Nagisa, because the Rebellion version of Nagisa is just be a cute mascot and cheese, and that's literally all there is to Rebellion Nagisa. But Maga Record Nagisa is like kind of a brat, but in somewhat of a fun way, and she's like a much more entertaining character. And Nagisa in Maga Record is also one of the very few characters that just straight up says, "I'm going to kill this person," and actually mean it. Like in Nagisa, wants to kill someone in one of her events, and like actually means it. So yeah, like Maga Record Nagisa is like a completely different character, and I like that version of Nagisa a lot better than Rebellion version of Nagisa, which is just a mascot that likes cheese, and there's nothing else to it. So yeah, it's not like I said, I don't dislike Nagisa. I just don't like the Rebellion version of her, and I also like everyone else just more. That's it. That's just it. Anyway, now that we've gotten that out of the way, we need to use the devil on our team and kill people with the devil. Mamorereba? Oh my god, what fucking verb form is that? I think that's the passive potential form? Yeah, I think that's a passive potential form. That's a crazy fucking verb form. Jesus Christ. Ascension 4, yeah, we got lucky. We got lucky, Mr. Shaman. We got quite lucky in here. I'm also gonna put it to maximum because of course I'm gonna spend my resources on the devil. The devil has been waiting for my resources, right? By the way, so Mamorereba, I think was what you said. I think that would translate to able to be defended. Like in a vacuum. Able to be defended. That's a really, really crazy verb form. But yeah, I think I said this last time as well, that in Japanese you can just add stuff to the end of a verb to give it all kinds of different forms. And you can just pile a whole bunch of modifiers onto the same verb, and some verbs just keep going on and on and on and on for like half a line. It's like crazy. Like Japanese has some of the craziest verb forms out there I've ever seen. But yeah, we got quite lucky. Now the next step is to get her Crystallis. Now, are we going to get her EX Crystallis? I can look up her EX Crystallis right now, and the way that you would do it at home as well is you just go to etc.wiki. etc.wiki, it's the webpage, and it has every single character and everything on it, and you just go to you just scroll down and go to the Akuma Homura page, and you will see that her EX is 20% special attack damage, and on spatial sundering activation grants 10 MP. That is really fucking good. Specifically with Ascension 4, it's really good. So we're definitely going to get EX. And then the other two are probably just attack and weakness damage or something. So yeah, we're definitely going to get EX and then attack and weakness would be my guess. Now, why is the EX specifically good for Ascension 4? So here's how she actually works. And first off, what even is spatial sundering? Because that's something really crazy. Like, spatial sundering is like this new weird thing, like a new type of attack. Like, it's not like other characters are also going to have spatial sundering, but rather spatial sundering doesn't work like other kinds of attacks. It works in a really special way. But yeah, let's talk about this for a second. But first, let me look at what I've been missing. Think they'll do pair units like in Mario Record? I don't think that they will do pair units at any point. I think they will just have two characters released at the same time that go together really well, like Christmas Rikaren. Christmas Rikaren is basically a duo unit, right? It's just that it's not just one unit, it's like two units instead, but they go together. So it's that kind of thing. But what might be possible might be duo attacks, because there has been a in-game animation of like Momoko doing, I think, like a team attack with Tsuruno. And I can see stuff like that happen where they just do team-up attacks or stuff like that. That might be a thing. How much am I missing by not reading Manga Record? What I just mentioned, by the way, is not even in Manga Record until like the very last event that Manga Record ever did after 7 years. So that's really far away. But you don't have to worry about Manga Record, because all of Manga Record is going to be added to etc. over the next coming years. We've already got a whole bunch of Manga Record in etc., so you can just read it all in etc. It's totally fine. But it's still up to you if you want to read it. I would say the main story is actually the weakest part of Manga Record. I think the events and side stories are much better. Should I go for Akuma Homura's A2? Depends on how many rolls you have and if you're a whale or not. If you're a whale, sure. If you are free to play, if you already have Ascension 1, then you don't have to go further, right? Unless you really, really want to and have a shit ton of rolls. But otherwise, I don't know. So I did 200 rolls and we got Ascension 4. A4 is basically, even if you're a whale, you might just stop at A4. Like, Ascension 5 is great, but unless you're trying to push for damage records, it's not really not required. You didn't get a single copy? Ooh, that's sad. But at least you got it with the spark, right? You got Towering first try, nice. Back to help for substyle roll. EX only the very first one. I did have that at some point. I don't know which character that was, but there was one character where I got the character, and then I immediately went into EX, like into Crystallis farming, and got EX on the very first one. I think it might have been Mitama. I think Mitama got the EX first try. Yeah, I think I got Mitama, immediately went into Crystallis and got it first try. That was quite something. Okay. What makes Mifuyu so good for Akuma? So generally, Mifuyu is probably the best breaker in the game based on break speed. It's just that not many people have read High Ascension yet. But specifically Mifuyu, here's the fun part. Mifuyu gains more MP whenever anyone in the party does a critical hit. Right here, on own or allies critical hit, grants 1 magic to self and 8 MP. So she gains 8 MP and magic whenever anyone crits. Right? And she's dark type. But more importantly, Akuma Homura gives everyone crit rate who's dark type. Akuma Homura gives all dark type characters crit rate. So, since Mifuyu is dark, you can put her on the team, and both Akuma Homura and Mifuyu are gonna crit really, really often with those buffs. That now it means you're gonna repeatedly crit this, and all of the other characters on your team, if they are dark type, they're also gonna be critting. Everyone critting will just give her a fuck ton of magic and MP, and it's gonna be really easy. Right? Really easy. Hold on. That was weird. Thought I just heard something. So that's why Mifuyu specifically is good. Kanae does something similar. Kanae is also focused on critical hits, because her passive is where is it? Yeah, whenever Kanae crits, she applies more debuffs and gains speed. So also having Kanae on the team, Kanae is a dark type who wants to crit often, and also Kanae also applies a debuff that makes everyone crit more often, and Mifuyu also applies a debuff that makes enemies get crit more often. So right here, that's like 15% chance to crit against Mifuyu's targets, 20% chance to crit against Kanae's targets. Both of them love to crit, both of them want to crit, and want everyone to crit. And then Akuma Homura comes in and gives another 30% crit rate for the entire team. Everyone's critting all the time. You're going to have like 65% bonus crit rate for the entire team. Just passively. Just passively, the entire team has 65% crit rate. You don't even need a crit buffer for the team to get to like 100% crit rate. It's like really, really easy, right? And one of those buffs comes from a breaker, the other one comes from a debuffer, and the other one comes from the attacker. You don't even have a buffer, and you're sitting at 100% crit rate. That's what makes them kind of busted. It's just that my Mifuyu is Ascension 0, and my Kana is also Ascension 0, so that's not very nice. That said, I also have Tsukuyo, and Tsukuyo is now Ascension 5, just from today. And since you're playing Akuma Homura in AoE scenarios, that means that you were like an AoE breaker usually, and so dark type AoE breaker, that's pretty good actually. Tsukuyo is kind of slept on sometimes because she's actually really good. She's actually really good. She also gives some debuffs, like she gives dark damage taken up to the enemy. So yeah, she gives some good stuff as well. So yeah, that's just nice to have. She's just nice to have as well. Okay. But Kanai being Ascension 0 is kind of bad. You could also instead run Halloween Mummy, because she's dark type and gives tons of debuffs. It's just that she does not synergize with crits in any way, while Kanai does synergize with crits. But Halloween Mummy has better damage amplification overall, so that's something you can do. And then of course Ui. Ui is absolutely fantastic. She's one of the best buffers in the entire game. And while Oi also buffs follow-up attacks a lot, and you're not doing follow-up attacks with this team, that's okay, you don't have to do that. You get 40% damage, 10% dark damage dealt up, you gain, you gain a bunch of MP from everyone attacking, but more importantly, you gain 30% speed for everyone, 40% attack for everyone, you gain additional hits in there, you gain a lot of stuff for Ui being on the team. Like, Ui's buffs are some of the best buffs in the entire game, because they're really, really high, like 40% attack and then 50% damage down here, which of course then increased again by another 50% for having the Ascension 4, right? And then you get another 15%, which is increased by 50% as well, from the Ascension 2 to Weakness Multiplier. Like, her buffs are absolutely absurdly powerful, and she's Dark type, so she synergizes really well being on a Dark type team. And then of course you have Kirika being Kirika. So yeah, this is where a team might look like. Maybe I'll still use Kanai because the crit rate is really nice. Yeah, I'll probably use Kanai for the crit rate, even though she's Ascension 0. And this is probably what it looks like. Nice. If I had Mifuyu, my Momo Dark team would be cracked. Since she's standard, you're gonna get her. Like, my Mifuyu is gonna get Ascensions, my Kanai is gonna get Ascensions, and then my team is gonna be absolutely fucking unstoppable. Like, absolutely insane. Now, the downside is that Mifuyu and Kanai are both single target, but it's okay. It's okay. It's not the worst thing out of there, and we're gonna get like a dark type debuffer that's AoE at some point in the future anyway. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, Ui is fantastic. In single target, Homura is still better than Akuma Homura, yes, but not by a lot even. It's not even a lot, but yeah, she's slightly better in pure single target. But only slightly, so it's actually kind of crazy, like how close it actually is. Because Akuma Homura is not technically full single target, she's proximity target. So her damage is a bit distributed. You like Kanai's eyes? Yeah, she's been drawn by different artists. Some people don't like it, that the character art is drawn by different artists. But I think that's totally fine, right? Like, if a character is designed by a different artist, then let that art be drawn by a different artist. It's totally fine. I don't really see the issue. You can say, like, oh, but it doesn't fit together. It doesn't have to. Like, the actual gameplay, of course, has its own graphics. And there it does fit together. Okay, let's actually talk about Akuma Homura as a character. Like, what does she actually do? For all the people here who don't know yet, how Akuma Homura actually works. Because she works in a really, really weird way. How does it work? First off, when she uses her skill, she applies a dark field to the entire battlefield. This is a new type of mechanic, the field mechanic. And she's the first character that has that. This is something that they also did in Mega Record, where usually it was like very special, limited characters that would introduce a new mechanic first, and then standard characters would also have that mechanic, right? And the mechanic right here is the following. This dark field is a field, and fields, well, there can only ever be one field at a time. In this case, theoretically, if there was another type of field that another character was using, that field would then override the dark field. And then Akuma Homura could then override the other field again with dark field. So you basically only want to ever have one field character on the field in battle at the same time. And the field is just a buff to the entire party, like a passive buff to the entire party, and it lasts for 3 of Akuma Homura's turns. Not anyone else's turns, just Akuma Homura's turns. So, what does the field actually do? Where does it say there? But the field itself does the following. All allies' dark characters do more damage and have a higher crit rate, but only dark type characters. So dark type characters do more damage, have a higher crit rate. Awesome. Applies to Akuma Homura herself as well, of course. And if you use your skill, the field duration gets extended. But on top of all of that, Akuma Homura has something very special where if she uses her skill while the field is active, she also gains a more powerful version of the skill, which deals more damage and debuffs the enemy as well, and gives her more MP and everything. Nice. So you want to have the field up at all times, which you should do. Then, what else does she do? Well, her ability has like many different parts to it. It's like a really long ability. First off, whenever any dark character attacks the enemy, she gains 5% action advance and some MP. Okay, so just generally she's gonna get a lot more turns and a lot more MP the more dark characters on the team, and it's just the main reason. This is the main reason why you would want to have her in a full dark type team, because of course in a full dark type team, every bit of damage you deal triggers this effect. Now you could also argue that because of the dark field, you want to have more dark type characters, but not necessarily, because this is only for damage dealers. Like, if you're not a damage dealer, you don't care about damage dealt up, right? So it doesn't matter if other characters get this or not, but the crit rate might be nice for effects that trigger on crit, right? There's a bunch of effects that specifically trigger only when a critical hits occur, and for effects like that, it's good if there's more dark type characters on the field that can benefit from that. But generally, because of this ability, you want to have as many dark type characters on the field as possible, so that you can keep triggering this. Awesome. What else does it do? Well, she has another mechanic apart from the dark field, and the way her other mechanic works is when she has her dark field active and attacks an enemy, she will then gain a dark demon sigil, devil sigil they call it here, a devil sigil, right? A devil sigil. What does devil sigil do? Well, it's just a buff in her buff bar, and what it does is she deals more special damage and more spatial sundering damage the more of this stacks that she has. And once she reaches maximum stacks, which is 10, she also gains 40% crit damage. Nice, looking good. Then we ask ourselves, what the fuck is spatial sundering? So spatial sundering is something really, really weird. Whenever an enemy is broken or uses her special attack, or with Ascension 4, an enemy reaches maximum break bonus, she triggers automatically a spatial sundering. Now, spatial sundering, even though it triggers similar to a follow-up attack, is not a follow-up attack. It doesn't even count as an attack. More like a bonus hit of damage is basically what it counts as. Which means that I don't think that if a passive says something like, whenever an enemy is attacked, gain MP or whatever, it doesn't count as an attack. So that's kind of weird. How she compared to Madokami? I think she's better than Madokami for, like, generally. What else do we have? So this spatial sundering, when it gets triggered, it just deals damage to all enemies, and it gives her some sigils. Now, because this counts as a separate instance of damage, that means when she uses her special, you get the big hit from the special first, then the spatial sundering, and those count as 2 separate instances of damage for the high score. So it's actually really bad for the high score, because now your high score is split across 2 instances of damage, which kind of sucks. But to be fair, if it wasn't split, she would be the best high score character in the entire game for almost every single boss. Especially for every dark boss. Even on single target. So, yeah. It's not called ongoing damage. This right here. Yeah, this is not ongoing damage. So yeah, it's just a bonus hit of damage. So the damage itself, I mean, it's nice, but that's not what we're here for. What we're actually here for is the fact that whenever this thing triggers, you also give yourself 3 Devil Sigils. And because of that, that means that if you can trigger this very often by, for example, breaking one enemy after another, right? Or using the special as often as possible, you can get to 10 Devil Sigils really, really fast. Would Akuma be better? No, Akuma Homura is better. Akuma Homura is better. And once you reach 10 Devil Sigils, you do a lot more crit damage. And you do a lot more damage before your special as well. So that's basically the main reason why we have Spatial Sundering, is so that we get more sigil stacks. Awesome, awesome. Now, what else is there? We have the special attack as well, which deals AoE damage and then bonus hits. And more bonus hits depending on how many sigils you have. So once you reach maximum Devil Sigils, you not only do 20% more special attack damage and 40% more crit damage, you also do the maximum number of 10 bonus hits. Like it's 5 plus 5, so 10 bonus hits that each do 10% dark damage, which isn't a lot, but keep in mind that this also triggers against single target. So unlike other characters like Oriko or Holy Mami, which do less damage against a single target, Akuma Homura does the same amount of damage to all targets. In fact, her damage actually becomes more concentrated the less targets there are. So that's pretty good. And yeah, it also gives her a buff that makes the Special Sundering deal more damage, but the damage from that is not really that important, to be fair. So that's basically the idea. You have a dark type team that crits a lot because of your passive. You have the field up, you keep triggering Spatial Sundering by breaking enemies, and then you do big hit special attacks. Awesome. The support is decent, but nothing too crazy. And then we have the Ascensions. Now, the important part about the Ascension is the following. She has unique Ascension 2 and unique Ascension 4. Which Homura better? Probably Akuma Homura overall, but Kuro Homura is also really good. And so is Bo Homura, they're all great. And Momura as well, yeah, they're all great. So the Ascension 2 just gives you more special attack damage. And while the field is active, you also gain 20% speed. And you also take 20% less damage. It's just fantastic across the board. And then on top of all of that, you have the Ascension 4. Now, if you're wondering why does she have a unique Ascension 4? She's not the first character to have a unique Ascension 4. The other one was Bo Homura, who also had a unique Ascension 4. And I think the main reason behind this is that attackers mostly care, like in high-end, attackers mostly care about having that single hit of really high damage, right? A single hit of really big damage. And the thing is, the Ascension 4 for attackers doesn't help you with that, because the Ascension 4 for attackers just gives you an extra action, and that doesn't help you hit harder. So instead, they gave Bo Homura another Ascension 4, and they now gave Akuma Homura a different Ascension 4. However, and this is the weird part, this one doesn't actually help you hit harder for that one hit, because it doesn't increase the damage of your special. It increases the damage of your Spatial Sundering, and it gives you more. So it actually doesn't help you. So that's kind of weird. But yeah, it does help you in different ways. So what does it do? It increases your Spatial Sundering damage, and triggers more Spatial Sunderings whenever an enemy reaches max big bonus. And on top of that, you still get the extra action that you got before from Ascension 4. Instead, however, it triggers when you use special attack with 10 Devil Sigils. Which is kind of weird. But you should be getting there really, really quickly anyway. Now, one of the most important part about this, however, is that you get a lot more Spatial Sunderings from max enemy break bonus. And as we said earlier, the EX Crystallis gives you MP whenever you hit the Spatial Sundering. So whenever you hit Spatial Sundering from your Ascension 4, you also gain bonus MP. Nice. So yeah, that's basically how she works. She's kind of weird and crazy and wacky with it, but she's really good. Okay, since we're mostly going AoE, we do this, I think. This is not... Yeah, no, I think we actually do go with Oriko because of the weakness and AoE bonus. Nice. Yeah, her attack is also really high. I think it's the highest attack in the game right now. Not entirely certain, but I think it might be. It's 3,800 almost. Yeah, that's pretty darn high. So let's remember 3,800. Yeah, about almost 3,800. But keep in mind that I'm missing 2% base attack from Ascension 5. So with that 2%, it would be slightly higher than regular Homura and anyone else in the game, I think. Do you have to run Mono Dark? You don't have to. It is better if you do, but you don't have to. It's fine. So you actually want MP, right? What's the best MP one? They're all kind of shit. And then you take speed. Yeah. Yeah, no, level 140 is gonna take a while. Kind of say they made Marukami Pale so hard in her comparison. She doesn't though. Like, I did say Akuma Homura is better than her, but it's not by a lot. They're still really close together in power level, right? They're very, very close. In fact, if you have both of them, then if you have one of them at a higher ascension than the other one, then that one is better. I think that's how close they are, so don't take this the wrong way. So she's a multi-target who's better used as a single target. The thing is, regular Cruel Homura and Marukami are also, they have a bit of multi-target as well. In pure AoE, of course it's Akuma Homura. In 3 or more targets, I would say it's Akuma Homura. In 2 or 1 targets, it's probably Marukami or and Cruel Homura, but I'm not entirely certain about that. Depends on the ascensions. It mostly depends on the ascension. Is it better attack memory or crit damage? Depends on your lineup. I think with this lineup, I'm gonna have 10% from here, 30%, 50%, 60%. I think I'll go with crit damage for this lineup actually, because I have a lot of crit damage, a lot of crit rate. So with all of that crit rate, it's probably worth it to do this one. Would be my guess. Oh god. Yeah. Does that Homura need her EX Crystallis? I say she wants it, but I wouldn't say that she requires it. Like she wants it. That's good enough. Don't forget to change Kanai support. I will do that, but we need to go to... For Crystallis, it doesn't actually matter which one we do, as long as we get one that's weak to dark, and of course the dark one itself is weak to dark. So we're gonna just do that one. I'm gonna do this one. No, actually, yeah, I'm gonna show the gameplay. Don't worry. I think this is fine. Hit rate? No, we need speed. That's the speed. There we go. What about anyone else? Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. Yeah, no, this is fine. Okay. I don't want to do score attack immediately. I want to actually get some of these Crystallis, but let me check. Do we just hard Crystallis? Fuck it, we're doing it with our regular team. We go in here, we do this, we say bam, bam, thank you, ma'am, and we just see what we get. Roger going, that's... I can't really answer that, it's kind of up to you to decide. Depending on how much you think you want her. This is auto battle, so this is not going to play optimal at all. There we go. What does Akuma Homura support do? Akuma Homura support just gives a little bit of attack and weakness damage or something, but only a small amount. Like, it really doesn't do that much. That was Space Fruit, by the way. What do we get? We got 2 quick steps? Wow. Previous offense, towering bulwark, nice. Height for today? Yes, please. Can a free-to-play get Homura? Absolutely, of course. Let's see, by the way. If we do this on manual battle, it's not gonna make much of a difference, but you can see Tsukuri actually gets her special really fast. And she also breaks a decent amount. She breaks quite quickly. And then this applies a debuff that makes us crit the enemy more often. And Ui is just busted, generally. Like, yeah. But we don't even want to see much happening with her. Okay, this activates Dark Field. And it does a lot of damage. And then this activates Space Whip. Bam! Space Whip. Or Spatial Sundering as it's called. Which attack of the game? Probably. Probably. I don't know for certain though. But probably. I'm gonna have to take this thing into score attack. Like score attack is gonna be the real test. But I want to get at least a few Crystallis so we can equip something for score attack, because Crystallis is gonna make quite a bit of difference for the score attack. Bam! That is really powerful. Spatial Sundering, bam. There you go. And you can see the devil's marks on her buff bar as well. Which is the lizard symbol. Hope we get the rate up. She's in standard banner, she's gonna get it at some point. I don't think they're gonna give rate ups anymore to standard characters. But maybe on anniversary. It's possible on anniversary that they're gonna allow you to pick your own rate up. Score attack is about Hitomi Nightmare. Yes, score attack is indeed about Hitomi Nightmare. The what's it? Yaki no Yume, I think it is. Oh my god, it didn't kill? Really? This will. Most of the buffs come from Ui actually using her stuff, which she doesn't have right now. But I think we're okay. I think we're ready to go to score attack and see what we got. Now she's not Ascension 5 yet, so we're still missing a little bit, but that's fine. It doesn't have to be Ascension 5. Nightmare, nightmare, nightmare. Where is it? Okay, so this is gonna be that one. We don't need that. Actually, hold up. Keep that one clear. We definitely want that here, and then we don't really have much of anything right now. We can take crit damage. And then some of this. That's fine. We're only gonna take like a very simple setup right now. Looking for crit rate, like high crit rate and high crit damage if possible. But I'm not gonna keep rolling too hard. Like I wanna just get something very simple on the board, and then we're gonna go. Now our crit rate is decently high, but it's of course very far from 100%, which means that we could just not crit anything. And might come make next Homura a support for Devil Homura? Possible. Come on, more than 2%, please. Or some crit damage, some really high crit damage might also be good. Debuff resistance, ooh, I don't need that. How often did I get 2% crit right now? Like 3 times? Maybe 4? They gotta make it easier to roll through these faster and faster. Because it takes like a certain amount of time to just get to what you want. With nothing really happening. So I think that's also something where you should be able to just roll many times in a row. And then just keep the ones you want. Something like that maybe. Something like you roll 10 times and then decide which one to keep. I can imagine something like that. I think that's the 4th crit rate, 2%. Awesome. I swear quick it was above 2%. Okay, this is kind of stupid. Come on. Shouldn't be that hard. In theory, it shouldn't be this hard. I mean, I take crit damage too. Crit damage is also fine. I have times I spend get speed +4 on an attacker instead of attack 60 to be studied. I think they're both about equal. Like, sure, the attack makes you hit slightly harder for your big score attack hit, but the speed is also just nice because a lot of attackers are really, really slow, so that speed can come in handy. What is happening? What is happening? This should not take this long. You're rolling with me? Oh, this is why it's taking this long, because you're taking all the good rolls. Wow. How is this happening? I just want 2.5% or higher crit rate. That's literally all. Or really high crit damage. I'll take that too. That's not truly high crit damage. Like it is purple. Wow. We were in it today. This is gonna be a long day. We have 4.2 million that we can roll on this. Whatever, fuck it. So, how much crit rate do we have? Like 10% from that. We have like 15%. We have 15%, then 45%, and then 65%. We have like 65% crit rate, which is not that high, but could be worse. Could be worse. Hey, Tea and Sweets, how's it going? You just returned to the game and an account with Akuma Oitskasa with you. What do you mean you got an account? Rerolling again? Okay, I'll allow it. This is the last time I'm gonna allow you to reroll in your life. You have to get across it. Like, rerolling is like an addiction. It's like a drug, yeah, that makes you feel good, but actually destroys you and actually is bad for you. So you gotta learn to say no to rerolling and just play the game. But yeah, welcome back. Let's see what we got. Can we do it? Do we even need a sustain? Did we even need a Kirika? I think we don't even need Kirika. We also need some music. Let me put on some music. I think I'm taking Kirika out. Maybe? Let's just go. So by the way, the gimmick of this boss is that the boss has a lot of damage reduction, depending on its magic stacks. But every time you hit the boss with an element that the boss is weak to, the magic stack goes down. So you just use weak element, like dark or whatever. You deleted the game a couple of months ago. Why would you delete the game though? Whatever, it's fine. The goal here rating 122, playing for Homura 82. I hope you get her and then I can say congratulations to you. It's bonking you. Bonk. Put so much effort into these animations? Wow. I really should have had that Oi special here, because the Oi special would have given me a skill point to use for this. Yeah, it's a bit late now. Yeah, don't allow yourself to be addicted to something. I don't want to break the boss too fast, actually. So I'm going to use a special here because I need more Devil's Marks, and this is going to give me a Devil's Marks through the thing. Say two makes her broken. Not just generally how well she plays in a dark only team, and how strong the dark only team actually is. Bonk. This element resistance is resistance to element that it is strong against, which I don't have on the field right now, so it doesn't do anything. Yeah, action advance gives me quite a lot of turns for her, actually. Lots and lots of breakage. Now I'm breaking the boss long before I've gotten rid of all the damage reduction, so I'll need to do something about that. I'm probably not gonna be full bursting immediately. I'll probably just wait an extra turn. So if you prefer Akuma, she's perfect for Akuma. Like, really good. So we can actually wait this one out and then go for the next break after this. So we're gonna take it slow here. And get some skill points. Okay, take it slow. Very slow. We're gonna play for the next break. Because only now is the boss reaching 0 of his damage reductions stacks. And the other guys also have damage reduction stacks, so I need to wait for all of this to blow over. Okay, for these guys to come on a break as well. Why is the other guys? How fucking far down is that guy over there? Ah, fuck it. I don't think he goes away. These stacks can go to 0, is what I mean. Also, if you mean, like, I'm not talking about the 3 blue buffs it has, because those are for elements that I don't have anyway. What? Don't you want more Homuras? Isn't that why we're rolling? You want more Homuras? A10 Homura? Yeah, isn't that great? Don't you want A10 Homura? Isn't this why we're rolling today? Bonk. Really more skill points? We need to break this guy on the right, like, quite fast now. We're gonna throw all of I have onto this guy on the right here so he breaks faster. Even this. Make him break faster. Come on. The boss doesn't have anything that like puts a timer on us. We can just take our time and it's fine. I think I'm okay to go now. Yeah. Okay, let's start. This buffs us. This buffs us. Okay, do this. This is a debuff. I think the debuff is already on, but I'm gonna make sure. Now I think we might need to refresh her stuff as well. refresh this. Okay, I'm gonna be a bit careful here. How long does the buff from a skill last? 3 turns? Really? Really? The dark attack damage taken is also on the enemy already, so I'm gonna take this slow. Like, I wanna refresh or put on Kanai's special, because I think it's not on the boss anymore. Okay, now it's definitely on the boss. And here we go. That should be it, right? Yeah, I think we got it. We need to crit this though. There's a 30% chance we don't crit this, by the way. That is a crit! 5 million. Could be a lot more, but we did fine. I'm saying it could be a lot more because we don't need to use Kirika. We can actually just take Kirika out and use someone else instead. And I think that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put in... So it's weak to light, right? Oh, we can put the other one of Homura's girlfriends in there. Because weak to light means only one thing. This would indeed shred with Bayu. We can also go for instead of trying to play for 2 cycles, we're just gonna kill it in 1 cycle this time. So like we kind of have to actually do that, because otherwise we might run out of juice. Okay. Oh, we can do more crit rate at least. This doesn't crit from it, come from this though. Yeah, hold on, let's swap this around. You take that. And then you take this one. We still need to crit the second one then. But I guess if we do it in 1 cycle, we don't have to... Like, the fight is not gonna take too long, and if the fight doesn't take too long, then we can just retry if we don't get the crit. Like, it's fine. Mabayu is great for Homura. In both ways you can take this statement. Is there mono lighting with this go tag? Yeah, that also works. You thought today would you be able to get the medal to pick one of the Holy Quintet? I think so? I'm not 100% certain, but I think so, yeah? So we're on timer now because we actually take damage now? Well, we should be fine. Like, that was the strongest attack the enemy had. And with Mabayu we also break really fast. Like, our breaks are absurdly fast now. So even though we might take a bunch of damage, we should be fine. Hopefully. I didn't do the maths. Ow. Okay, put on the field. We need Oi to do her special so we actually get some speed. Because this entire team's speed is dependent on Oi using her special. Oh, Satan or Lucifer? Just the devil. She's fine. Okay, I don't need to use Mabayu every turn, it's fine. Nice, thank you! Lucifer, works, that works. Bonk. No, we need skill points. Okay, we need to do this. Okay, hit the flute. Flute, flute, toot, toot. Okay, we're almost at a break. Now I might have to stagger out the break a little. No, we're fine. This is the last bit of damage we are gonna take. Just don't hit the same target multiple times. That's not the right target. Don't hit that target. Okay, we can do something maybe. That's not what I wanted to do. Just don't hit Kanai. Okay, good. We're fine. Hold on, we need to stagger a tiny bit, like right here. No, we need to stagger this. This is not negotiable. Who needs the buffs? I think we go here now. I'm not entirely certain about this. This is not gonna break. Unless... hold up. We do this. That breaks. Then we do this. We need to use the skill point for this. Okay, so Kanai's buffs are on the boss now. We're fine. This is our buffs and more space strips. We should be at maximum stacks of our sigils now. Now, can I check how many sigils I have? That's a good question. Can I? Might not be able to. It doesn't say how many stacks we have. It doesn't say that if we have all stacks or not. I assume we do, because we got like 3 space strips and did a bunch of attacks. I'm pretty certain we have all devil sigils, because the only way to actually see the stacks is at the bottom of the screen, and it's scrolled off right now, so I can't actually look at it. Like there's actually no way of knowing. Hey, welcome to the stream, kid. How's it going? So we do. Are we ready? I think we're ready. Oh, we need the break bonus. We have to not kill the boss with our space strip, actually. Okay, no, we're good. Is our Ois buffs still on? I think Ois buffs are still on. Ois buffs are not on. Oh, that is terrible. We need Ois buffs. We need to... Okay, we're gonna trigger another space strip in a second. We're gonna be fine. Okay, we cannot attack anymore, because if we do a skill, we actually just can't do it. So we need to run out this buff. Do another buff. We need to use a skill again. Okay, there we go. Swallow's Providence is still up. Okay, now we just need to crit. 30% chance. 30% chance to not crit, I mean. So 65% chance, I think, to crit. Let's go. Rage. Was that a crit? I think it was a crit. 9 million? 9.1 million? I think it was a crit. Yeah, I think it was a crit. Yeah, I think it was a crit. 74th. We can do way better than that. Yeah. So I think the weak spot of this is actually Kanai, because even though she does a decent amount of damage amplification, it's only against a single target. And that's about it. And the crit rate only is against a single target either. Yeah, it's actually possible that I crit only the boss, but not the guys on the side. It's actually possible that these, the side targets did not get crit. Wait, who else is in there? Water. What? What is in there? I don't know, actually. I think theoretically, what would be really good is New Year's Madoka. New Year's Madoka on High Ascension would actually be fantastic here. Huh. High Ascension Santa Cycle would also be good here. I kind of wish Tsuruno as well, but yeah, I don't have Tsuruno. How much crit rate are we getting from this? 25? That's it? Yeah, I don't know about this. Yeah. You know, I think I'm okay with this. Let me... I think you would probably just have another buffer here, but I don't think I have the Ascensions on the correct buffers for that. Let me check the high score from this. So actually they went with an Oracle, probably because they don't have an Akuma Homura with full Crystallis lineup yet, would be my guess. Probably same with most people. Like, I think most people just don't have the Crystallis yet for Akuma Homura, so they just went with something else. Because who in their right mind has an Ascension 5 Akuma Homura with full Crystallis at this point? This will probably change over time. But yeah, what they did is they just did that. They did exactly what I said, with where you pick High Ascension Satasaika, High Ascension Noya, Pluvia, and then you just have the Mabayu. Now the breaker right here could also theoretically be Tsukuyo, except Ren does actually increase the damage your team does, because Ren applies double weakness to the enemy, right? Where is it? Yeah, applies double weakness to the enemy, which is 20% defense down. So yeah, that's kind of what I expected. That's kind of the thing with the Crystallis now, is that everyone just needs the Crystallis first, and if you don't have him, then you're kind of missing something. Do other twin? Nah, there's no point in Tsukasa. The actual doctor job, that's really low amount though. I mean, technically, you could argue that it might be slightly better than Kanai, but just slightly better is not good enough. I want to be like way better. But yeah. We have a lot of other stuff to do. I should not dwell on this one too much, because there's a way other stuff in here to do. Because we also have main story. We haven't even started main story yet. Have you guys forgotten that we want to do main story? Also, I can do skips in here. Wow, look at that. You do skips for this. Bam. High score. It's really that simple. So yeah, we're gonna do story after this. We're gonna turn off this music. You don't have Tsuruno? Of course I have Tsuruno. Oh yeah, the boss would... Without a sustain, the boss would absolutely kill Tsuruno, and I'm not using a sustain. Using a sustain is cope. At least on that boss. Is there more they give us good for Akumuda? I don't know. Event Memoria are... and login Memoria are usually not good. Like, they're usually kind of bad, so I would not use it. Okay, need more of these. More of those, and then we're just gonna farm the rest of the event afterwards. Okay. We also have cheesecake, which I can't buy anything just yet with. I think I've gotten everything from the other shops. Oh, there's new stuff in Style Ticket. Unlimited, though. I think they added a bunch of stuff to Unlimited Style Trader. Yeah, like for example, this right here. They added Rebellion stuff to the Unlimited Style Trader, which, yeah, that's some good stuff in here. Yaginoko no Yume. Okay. Let's do the story. Now, the story has changed. You're not going to see it right here, but basically now what happens is, if you're a new player, like Teen Sweets, I can reroll again. Anyway, if you're a new player, and you come to this right here, the main story, what will happen is the following. You have to do, Puramagi Maraka Maika, this entire campaign in one go, right? Like, you do all of these memory windows one after another in story mode, and then once you've beaten, well, Pogesnacht, welcome to the stream, Ellie, once you've beaten Walpurgisnacht in main story of Puella Magi Madoka Magica, then the game opens up, right? And what that means is that after you've done this, you can then do any other spin-off in any order that you want. You have access to absolutely everything, and you can go wherever you want. And if you want to, you could theoretically do the original Madoka Magica and then immediately jump to Rebellion Story, for example. You could just do that. You could just do that. Not saying you should, but you could do that. There's also special missions now. There's always special missions. Always check your missions. So here we have Rebellion stuff. There's challenges. Limited time. Kyoko Super Training Campaign missions. For training materials. It's all for training materials, nothing special. But then you also have the main quest full clear, where you go back to some of the old quests and it just shows something else. If we go now to this boss battle, Desert Witch, standard, you'll see something. This is story mode difficulty, right? Well, you know how in story mode difficulty you cannot use auto battle in boss battles? Or like on any difficulty? Well, now you can. You can now use auto battle even in story difficulty. Isn't that great? Is Akuma a doctor more dark team? No, you can play on any team. Bonk. So yeah, you can now do auto battle in standard with that. Okay, let's see what else we have in here for the special limited time missions. Okay, we have all of these. That's a lot of keys. And you even get a 5-star key on top of that. So you get 15 keys plus a 5-star keys. Then you also have Chaos Mode Challenge Missions, where first off, you just get some Chrysalis quests probably to just get ready. They probably, like, this is the developers telling you, if you want to do Chaos, get some Chrysalis. Which, yeah, if you want to do Chaos, you should probably get some Chrysalis. And then it says clear any quest in Chaos Mode. Like, really? That's it? I was hoping for something else, but it seems like the Chaos missions is just do a fight against anything in Chaos Mode. You can do this one, right? Oh, it's not Dark Week. Something that almost Dark Week. Is this one Dark Week? Yeah, we can just do this one. We don't have a sustain, but we might be good enough. Probably not, actually. We'll probably get destroyed here. Let's figure it out. I think this boss burst's too hard to come in here without a sustain. Now you need to break the boss first. But we brought a AoE breaker in here. At least once the boss is broken, we can break the others really quickly. Yeah, I think we just die. You have to replay the story mode to get keys? Exactly. Now for the... Actually, I was using Kirika earlier as a sustain, but you can also totally just use Doppel Iroha. Doppel Iroha who have Ascension 0. Because Doppel Iroha gives crit rate to the entire party. With EX, it's even 20% crit rate. 20% crit rate, nice. Actually good. But yeah, we're gonna use Kirika for now. This. Okay, we're just gonna very quickly go in there and get the Chaos mission done, so we don't have to worry about that one anymore. Of all the Quinta characters, which one is the highest value? Yeah, Moemura is fine. I would say Moemura, yeah. That's about accurate. Well, on Abandon, you got it on my third temple. One up for another and got Momoko and nothing else. That can happen sometimes, so don't get too greedy. Don't be so dramatic, everyone. You're only getting killed. It's fine. Okay. Every time I say I can use W instead of Kirika for more crit rate, my team explodes. Yep, that's what happens to me. Ow. We don't have any sound, but this fight shouldn't take too long. At least I don't think it should. We have to destroy the boss first, and then once the boss is broken, then we can break the other guys. And do this. Apply Dark Field. Ow. Okay, boss is about to break. And then the other guy's gonna break. Oh, you got your first temple? Oh my god, congratulations. Only I could have had such luck as well, but my luck was not quite as good, but it was still really good. Okay, now we can break the other guys. Bonk. And then we just go. Bam. Bam. Bonus turn. Bam. It was my bonus turn, but just another turn. Okay, we're almost done. At least I think this boss is gonna explode soon, I'm not sure. Okay, that's nice, that's good, that's spatial rip, that's this, that's that, that's more of this, that's bam. Okay, now we can use special because now the boss has no more damage reduction. That's good. Bam. Bam. That's another one. Bonus turn. Nice. Everything's just happening so fast now. Another turn. Like, this will give us another bonus turn afterwards, but the boss is dead. So yeah. That's the dark team once it gets going. Like, once the dark team gets going, it gets going. So yeah, okay, we've done that. Now we can actually do the new story. Wow. And we're not gonna have sound for any of it. Nightmare. Yes, I did indeed unlock it. Entirely unique. You say that somehow every single time. Oh, look at that. They're screenshots from the movie. Wow. Sounds about right. That was not inaccurate. Look at that. So they actually put a lot of effort into the environment for this one. Like, this stuff just looks insane. And oh my god, we haven't seen a orange node in a really long time. Like a flashback node. Wow. But it's all flashback, so we've already seen all of this. So yeah, it's actually nothing new. Like, if you've seen Rebellion, like, it's not going to be that much new. A grinning face I love and hold dear, so far away. So who's ready to watch Rebellion again? This time in the game. Okay, the player itself also doesn't have any music. This has music. They're not using Rebellion story music for the battles, it seems. These spells are gonna waste my time, aren't they? Why am I getting pinged? What is happening? Oh, that's something different. Never mind. It's gonna be fine that there's not gonna be music for a very short amount of time between battles. I think we can live with that. I do want to go for these turns a bit faster though. They don't go through too many animations, this makes it go much faster. If I miss the sparkle, by the way, or the sparkles in the environment, I'm fine. I can go back and do it later. I don't need to immediately get them on the first go around. Is Yasumi feel good? Hold on, what was my phone? Let me look it up. It is. Could return with sacrifice. Oh yeah, it's really good. You should definitely get it. You should definitely get it, yeah. I have it. So, yeah. That's a good choice. Yeah, I think I'm this isn't the Annie stuff. It's weird. It really feels like it should have been the anniversary. But they just said, nah. We got something better for anniversary. Like, anniversary better actually be something better somehow. I don't know how, but somehow anniversary's gotta be better. Like, maybe they're holding out on us. I don't know. Monk. Those look weird. I wonder if Anniversary is going to be an original story. Would it be early enough for a Tart spin-off? Like, if they're gonna do something next, it would definitely be Tart. Like, they're gonna not do anything else but Tart next, I'm pretty certain. If we're doing another spin-off, that is. It's possible, actually, because there's only one more part of Crescent Memoria, right? And after that one part of Crescent Memoria, what else is there next to do other than another spin-off like Tart? Because they could theoretically do more micro record stuff like Arc 2, but are they really gonna rush Arc 2 before another spin-off? Like, that seems way too quick to do that. So yeah, Tart for Anniversary doesn't actually sound too unlikely. So with the main story, there's actually going to be 2 parts to main story. So usually they only release one window at a time. And it is true that the event is cut in half. So you have one part of the event that's going on right now. And then there'll be another part of the event that's happening on the 6th of February. But as far as the main story is concerned, the main story actually arrives all at once. In like both parts at once, which is kind of weird. Like, they didn't have to do that. They really could have just split them apart, and it would have been fine. So I don't know why they did it like this, but they did. I don't know. Enso means musical performance. The quietness actually kind of adds to it a little bit, sometimes. But then you get the bad music while you beat up bears. Were those bears in the movie? Because I don't remember. I actually don't remember at all.
これ逆らわないと。良き演奏でしたね。
Denmark is my best guess, but you can see them doing some promotion for Pokédex Rising. Yeah, that's possible, but we don't actually know when Kaiton's gonna come out. Kaiton might still be a really long way away. We don't know. Also, I don't think they're going to immediately go hard on Kaiton, because it's with how fresh it is, they want people to actually look at it and like see it in the theater. The bears are fun shaped? They are indeed. Yakinoko no Yume? This will go pretty fast. Oh yeah, this is gonna go very fast. We apply some debuffs, some buffs, and then they're gonna get one shot. Maybe? Maybe not entirely. Ow. Ow. Okay, this is gonna hurt. They got the Ateliers. Bonk bonk, and there you go. Pretty good. Have to wait extra for it to get dubbed or subbed. Yeah. I don't mind waiting a bit longer. I don't really care much about Kaiton anyway. Now there is a 3D cutscene here, but we've already seen the 3D cutscene. Oh, it's the train time. It's train time. Okay, we've already seen the flashbacks because we've all seen Rebellion story. We've all seen the Rebellion story, right? Yeah. Of course we have. Oops. The present is better than a nostalgic past. Damn right now, eh? Everything sparkles here. Oh no, Nama is getting taken in. Oh no. Nama is totally buying into it. Okay. So we're gonna fight on the back of these trains now. We're gonna continue fighting nightmares. We're gonna fight nightmares in the second half as well. I don't actually know. We'll see. You hope Kaiton's good? I hope so too. Yeah, I mean the chance that it isn't good is, I'm gonna say it's actually decently high. The chance that Kaiton is actually not good at all. I don't want you to be, but it is true. There was a manga for Rebellions too, right? I think there was actually. So you could actually already read Rebellion story in manga form. Well, I don't know how quickly after the movie actually came out. It might have been like 1 year or something. 1 or 2 years. Okay, let's continue. So I haven't seen any sparkles, but then again, I'm not really paying too much attention to where the sparkles could be. But yeah, how's it going, everyone? We have finished the most important parts of the stream. We're just gonna sit back and chill and just go through the story now. Not worry about it much. Now that the rolling is done, the scroll attack is done. Yeah, it's kind of relaxed now. Is Urobuchi and his team the writers, or is it written by people who wrote Manga Record? It's written by Urobuchi and some writers that worked with Urobuchi. It is not written by the Manga Record writers. Hey, welcome to the stream, Honga-tan. How is it going? We are currently going through the story of Rebellion Story. Well, we've already seen... We're already going to assume that everyone here has seen Rebellion Story, so we're not going to actually look at the story itself. It's not like we could anyway, because if we were to actually take a look at this story, there's no background music because of streamer mode. Streamer mode mutes all the copyrighted audio, which turns out is basically everything. Better than nothing. How's Nagisa's kid look in your opinion? Not very good. If I was free to play, I would not be rolling for Nagisa, like gameplay wise. Just purely speaking about gameplay, I would not be rolling for Nagisa based on gameplay. Because she does not seem very good at all. And she's not bad, like don't get me wrong, she's not bad, but she seems like any other healer. She like seems about as good as any other healer, which means like why would you pick her then over, for example, a really strong defender? Which is the same problem that every other healer also has. When will Etc. release a Sna ult? Probably never, because the developers don't care about Sana, sadly. Nagisa are coming out on the 6th of February. The 6th of February is when Nagisa is coming out. It's coming out of the closet. You lost hope in it releasing just for it to be shown the next day. You first have to give up hope on everything, and then what you want will actually happen. That's usually how it works. The second account just got Akuma Homura 82 in less than $3. Nice, congratulations! Wow, that's really fucking fast, man. It really is just the Akamura show. Where are we in the story right now? I don't think I can just find out. Oh, maybe now we'll see. Yeah, you've already seen that though. You're having so much fun. Strange feeling all of a sudden. The memory is making you uneasy. Memory isn't yours. Now man's getting too into it. He's getting way too into it. That's not good. I don't care if your kid sucks next to my favorite. Yeah, that's totally fine. Ultimately, you should roll for whichever character you want to roll for. Because you like them or for whatever other reason there could be. Try to do etc. and Lantern Ride at the same time. I saw that Lantern Ride started, but I didn't start it yet because I wanted to do this instead. But if I wasn't streaming then, yes, I would be doing it. There's also the new Xenos on Zero event that I wanted to start and take a look at, but couldn't. Because it turns out the new Xenos on Zero event is bugged, and for most players, the tutorial of that event hardlocks, and then you have to restart the game, and you can't get past it. So that's cool. And they fucked that up. But shit happens. I'm also caught up in Enfield for a few days now, but yeah, I'm maxed in Enfield as well. So that reminds me of Rayfight and remember they both take place mid-Akiha. Yeah, funny how that works. It really is funny how that works, eh? Oh my god, so many crits! Wow. Oh my god, even more crits! Oh my god, everyone's critting, what the fuck? Kinda crazy. You had to roll to pity for Akamura instead of practically all my chances in the Ascension, worth it? To keep rolling, or should I save? If you had to roll that many times, then it's probably better to save, would be my guess. Extra 2? Are we as a society even ready for extra 2? Like, think about extra 1, okay? And now think about extra 2. That's a bit much, right? You're balancing between being a magic girls and building factories. Well, you'll find out that engineers are pretty magical as well, right? There might not be that much of a difference between them. Extra 3? Oh my god, extra 3 is we're not ready for that. Now that is going too far, okay? Dial it back a bit. It's kind of funny how we're walking down the same street, but we're never actually getting closer to the building. We just keep walking and walking. It's like this space that we're in. It's not like a real space. It's like a made-up space. It's magical and stuff. Okay, we're the only one who remembers part. That's good. That's about halfway through almost. I took one on a pulse in Numismatica. Was so sad you didn't get her because of those were Nagisa pulls. You still have Numismatica's skill figure. Oh, that's nice. That song is copyrighted. You can't fool me. That song is copyrighted. No, that song is copyrighted. Nice, I just first shut up and Mario, you hated it. Oh my god. Okay, this fight should go pretty quick as well, right? We're gonna have silence for very long. Yo! Exactly. Bonk. They're dying from the reflects. Not like reflect does a lot of damage or anything, it's just that they have like no HP. That is indeed the monster stealth thing. I think it's the Yakinoko no Yume, or is it the Kumanoko? No, it's the Yakinoko. Bonk. That's a melon. A watermelon. What? Player level up. 121. Yes. Look at that. And the market box gain increased. Wow. We're eating good. We're eating good now. Got rebellion already. Hey, welcome, Luca Magica. You're not paying attention to the news? That song is still copyrighted. I am not falling for it. Yeah, the visuals for Rebellion Story are fantastic. Oh, look at that. This is one of my favorite parts of Rebellion because this space just looks fantastic. Spent 100 pounds on the banner and did 100 pulls got twice. That's something. Like, that's still something. You still got something out of that, I guess. But yeah, sorry to hear that. Maybe if you spend 100 more pounds, you're gonna get... I don't know. I want to go back to the last place. What's got into you all of a sudden? We aren't all caught up in fields. Not feelings. Fields. You know for a fact they tried feelings at first and it didn't fit into the space. And they were like, oh, we have to make this fit into the space. How can we do it? Ah, fuck it, fields. What will you do if you go back there? Not really, it's just, if it's so uncertain. You don't want to go any further. But yeah, Name is going down the deep end. It's getting worse. We have to stop it. But we'll just keep continuing. Like, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. We have trust and faith in Name. Oh look, it's the Cloudolls. The fake city children. It's not actually Cloudolls, but yeah. They're just similar. Similar but not the same. Well, if Homura realized everything was a dream, she would become a witch within her soul gem and then break out. Yeah, they've done some really good. They've done a really good job with this new update. Like generally, I feel like every single update the developers put out there, they're like improving the game by like a lot. Like I'm currently still working on my like overall review video of Magia, etc. But every time I want to work on it, it's like they're changing stuff and they're adding stuff and they're getting new content in there that like sort of changes what I want to actually say by like a little bit every single time it happens. But now I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna actually make it now. That video is gonna happen within like the next 2 weeks or something. Oh, he accidentally broke something on Nagisa's trumpet. Ah, that sucks. Oh, no, switch would be inevitable, yeah. Would that kill everyone inside Soul Gem? Probably not. Sparkle somewhere? No? I'd probably walk past the spikes already without looking at it, but yeah. Wait, what did I just call it? The Holly Quintet? It's not called the Holly Quintet, is it? Is it really called that on the soundtrack? Did the soundtrack miswrite that? Or is it supposed to be a pun or something? I don't know. These are the people she remembered. Yeah, like they're like fake people. Like there's a whole, like most of the people in Rebellion are fake people. Yeah, it's supposed to be Holy Quintet with one L. It's not Holly Quintet. I wonder if that's just miswritten on the actual soundtrack itself. Because if that is the case, then it would technically not be wrong to write it Holly Quintet in this game. So yeah, I don't know where the mistake came from, but it's fine. It's like it's the end of the world or anything. I feel like I might not do Nightmare on stream because this is gonna take a really long time. But we gotta go at least through on normal mode, in story mode. Bam. I gotta do some maths with Akuma Homura as well. Like Akuma Homura is gonna be a bit interesting with the maths because she doesn't just buff herself, and usually attackers only really buff themselves. But Akuma buffs the entire team. Like not so much that she would be a buff or anything like that, but she does provide benefits to the entire party that are kind of unique in a way. So I don't know. What is Akumura's follow-up? It's not a follow-up technically. It just looks like it. Oh god. And it comes from either a target breaking or she's using her special. That's the two cases. However, if you have Ascension 4, it also triggers when enemies reach the max break bonus. Which is very similar to Homura, by the way. Has the just in Shades for UK looks different now? I don't think it has. What do you mean it looks different? In what way? I do indeed have Ascension 4, that is correct. Oriko, mite ne. Bonk. I have to say the fake city children, they look pretty cool as well. I mean, they have completely black texture, but it still just looks cool. Not sure what exactly changed ethereals. Yeah, I don't think anything changed. So we're still walking around as Homura, although we're about to become cool Homo, I think. Area boss. Area boss. Oh, it's been a while since we've seen one of those. Which probably just means small children that we're gonna beat up and kill. I assume that's it, yeah. In the movie, so townspeople with Kyoko and Homura's head were poorly drawn. Or those were enemies here. In a way, that's the fake city children. It's just different forms of them. It's just more UI, huh? Bonk. Yeah, they're still just normal enemies. This is not really a boss node. It's still very much just normal enemies. Bonk. Nessa? Oh, that took a while to load for some reason. Gonna get Name chiming in again. Not quite. This is where cool Homura comes back in. Oh, you know what this background means? That's right, we're about to watch someone get bodied. You have a time you want to return to? At times they see memories through rose-colored glasses. Yeah, isn't that right? She's scared to move on and to be alone. Oh, Nama is having a rough time. It's okay, Name. Aina is here for you. And Aina knows exactly what to say to a person. She actually does. It's kind of the weird part. She actually does. It's okay. We're gonna have a boss fight against Bebe where we're gonna beat her up. Absolutely great. That's an A4. Yeah, A2 with enough medals for A4. I'm gonna be spending everything this month to try and roll for A4. Send me luck. I'll give you the luck. Okay, you have luck now. Congratulations. It really is that simple. You just gotta believe in it. A3, yeah, that makes more sense. This area looks pretty different as well. I feel like now might get a little messed up by the end of the battle windows. Yeah, I think so too, but yeah, it's gotta be fine. She's got Aina right there to, you know, say the right words to her. How many pulls did I do? I did 200 pulls, and I got her a session 4. I got a little lucky. Is Nagasa worth pulling even though I have 3 healers? Nope, absolutely not. I mean, for gameplay. Of course, if you like her as a character, then of course that's a different question. But purely for gameplay, if you already have like a good healer, or even just one other good healer, probably not worth it. That's incredibly lucky. It is indeed. But it's okay, I had to save that luck up first with the last few months where I had bad luck. And then when I had that good luck saved up, then I pulled out the good luck. And then suddenly everything was fine. Ouch. Not very nice. That is indeed 3 extra copies. I thought it was more, but it wasn't. Now, I have it on a good authority that this fight also has a 3D cutscene that is not just a scene from the movie redone in 3D, but actually is a bit different. A bit different than what you might be used to. So the cutscene for this fight is kind of insane, and you definitely should look at it. I don't know if it's gonna play here, or if I have to actually look at the story node for it to play. But yeah, the cutscene for this story node right here, or for this fight, is insane. You can't drop another 100? I have to make sure I can eat. Yeah, you should. If you have any amount of financial instability at all, you probably shouldn't pay money for any gacha of any kind. Just the same as the movie? Not quite. I mean, the story itself is the same, yes. I mean, the cutscene is a bit different, though. I hope they make Nagisa like a unit and add like an outfit that's close to her witch Charlie vibes. I don't think they're gonna do like exactly her witch outfit or something like that, but she's definitely gonna get outfits like every other character as well. Okay, we bonk him. Like Nagisa, for example, had a special outfit for the for Magia Day. So Magia Day last year, Nagisa had a very special outfit. That was just a very nice looking dress, and I think she's gonna have that as well in the shop, as well as a bunch of other stuff. I wonder if Weber's an area boss. Does he all have her in the game? I don't think so. I know in Rebellion right here in this story she's not a boss of any kind, and I don't think it would make sense for her to be a boss, especially because Bib is already kind of a boss, because the Charlotte fight in the story mode starts with the baby phase and then transitions into the Charlotte phase. So technically, Baby is already a boss fight in this game. Thomas said we can't spend dollar until the last day of her banner. Waiting for enough free gems this month. Yeah, you might just get lucky and you get her. Like, I do hope that happens. Portray a love that swallowed despair. That's exactly what happened. Will they bring back doubles fused outfits like Valentine's Day, Kyoko? I'm pretty certain they will. It's just a matter of time until they do. I hope it's sooner rather than later, because those are some pretty sick fucking outfits. Yeah, double Kyoko. Double Kyoko is technically a Valentine's Day unit, even though it doesn't really feel like one. I'll be in the beginning of Arc 2. It could drop at any moment, even right now. Because there's technically no pre-requirement for when they drop units like that. Okay, I think this is the fight. I don't know if it's the full fight. Okay, let's see. Are we gonna get the cutscene in this one? Or do we have to actually go to the story mode? Or like this, the actual reading of the story to see the cutscene? That's the question. That's just Bebe. Okay, we are actually fighting Bebe right here. Bebe. That's right. That's right. And he's dead. Lore accurate. Blown her the fuck up. We have cheese? We do indeed have cheese is dead. Okay, we're still before the fight. Still gonna take a while. Oh, there it is! And here's what's so different about it. First person view! Let's fucking go! First fucking person. They fucking went wild with this one. They went absolutely wild with this one. They were like, what if we fucking did it first person? Fucking whatever, man. And here it is, the actual fight. I don't think I can show it off, but there's something special about this fight. Because I think on standard mode she dies too fast. Because she doesn't like normal attacks. So here's the weird part about this mummy. This mummy is not the Tiro Finale mummy. This is a different mummy Kyoku. This is a different mummy Kyoku. This is a mummy Kyoku that has a different special attack, an entirely different special animation. Because her special animation is very similar to the way that she attacks during Rebellion movie. Which means there's a pretty decent chance that this right here is a new mummy Kyoku that's going to release in the near future. It is true that it is a pretty significantly high chance that this is the Rebellion mummy will be the next Kyoku in the next few months. So yeah, that's the thing. She has different animations as well. That's a different animation. Yeah, that's different animations. That's different everything, and she has a different special. I don't know if I can show the special because I think she dies from normal attacks. Maybe not. Oh, she doesn't die. No, she's gonna be fine. Just shield as well. Hope a 4-star. Nah, they're gonna have to milk that mummy. They're gonna have to get another 5-star in there. There it is. Hope you enjoy your new mummy Kyoku that's gonna be here in the next few months. Because we didn't have enough mummies yet. We're gonna need more of them. More. Wait, Nagisa coming out. Nagisa's coming out on the 6th of February. A obtainable skin? There's no real pull with that? What do you mean nobody will pull with that? Mummy banners do really well all the time because mummy fans will literally pull on every single mummy banner with their entire credit card. So yeah, no, the reason they do so many mummy banners is because people keep paying for them. And that's this one completed. We're gonna have to now do the second part of Rebellion story. And that's gonna be the goal. Let's look at our mem sparks. Yeah, mummy fans are like they're the easiest to exploit in the Madoka community. The easiest target is mummy fans. I want to stay here, but it feels like I shouldn't. A complicated emotion. So let's just not think about this emotion and just go right next to the next one. And strengthen our Kyoko in the meantime. Except... It's getting too emotional. Getting too emotional.
特定の記憶に固執してるようだ。記憶の光に強く影響されているんだね。落ち着いて。これはでも、少し休んで落ち着いてか。
Yeah. I'm just getting too taken in by this.
次に入る記憶。君のおかげでフエラピクトゥ。
Fuera Pikachu. Akio has wisdom. That's right. Well, it would pay for Nagisa if I did not spend some money on figurines and stuff. And there you have it. Okay, next window. Let's go. Now, comment of Madoka. Yeah, she's... Like, those emotions are flowing into Namae. You already have too many many Kyokos. Not enough mummies. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Screenshots. Wow.
追い求めずにはいられない真実、輝きと待ち望んだ再会。こうした光景を自分事として分かってる。まあいい記憶の光。
Alright, Homo Lily's dolls and teeth. Yeah, that's bash some fucking teeth in. Look at that. Look at that. Oh god. It's Flint, Michigan. Let's go. They can drop the Berlin version of Mami right now, and I drop my Akuma Saints for her right now. Yeah, there you go. They have it. That's it. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, they don't make separate animations for fun when it comes to characters. No, they totally could. You already at Graffiti Witch? Nice. You're doing pretty well. We are cool Homura now, and everything's on fire. Noise. Whoops, wrong button again. Is Akuma better than Kulmura single target? Nah, I'm pretty certain that Kulmura is better than single target. Homura's a bit busy drawing Doomed Yuri. That is exactly what makes her the best target to play as. Also, it's very far from Doomed. Wow, that was powerful. I know he's getting weaker again. Yeah. Spoiling the ending in the portrait? Really? Okay, that extra. It's only extra one, but not an extra two. Also, by the way, for some reason, they are giving a temporary buff to all damage and breakage depletion in standard mode. I think it's because they want new players to get through the story mode faster, so you're just doing more damage and stuff and everything. I don't know why, but whatever. They decided to do it, so You need every version of Mummy you already have. Summer, Halloween, and Original. The only one you don't have is Holy Mummy. That's not a loss. Cool, and they got to spoil the ending way before this did. I mean, yeah, that is true. You're not wrong about that. They should just remove the filler fights. I do think that generally story progression needs a rework in some way. I would much rather like it if the labyrinth was really like an actual exploration mission, where you have the labyrinth that you walk through the individual rooms, like this type of mission we're on right now, where you walk between rooms. Just there's not 2 rooms, but there's like 10 rooms and 12 rooms and 15 rooms or whatever. And you walk between them, and some of them have story in them, and some of them has fights in them, and you basically walk around the area like that instead of this map right here, because this map right here is kind of pointless for the most part, because most of it is just filler fights in a single room, and that's it. Yeah, it seems they were going to make a roadmap and then just didn't. Or it's just generally that they were going to have a map of sorts and then didn't. In the early preview footage of the game, in the preview footage, they did have more complex arrays of rooms and everything. So it did have that, but then they took it out. I hope they are reworking it and then making it different and then putting it back in again at some point, I hope. We have like Madoka Portable. Madoka Portable is so good. Yeah, I like that one. I don't even know what's happening in the story right now, but I think everything's about to go down. Nutcracker Witch, yeah. So we already know this from the preview that they did, like the news preview that they showed, but yeah, Nutcracker Witch is indeed the boss for this. And here's the actual Claradors. You know, they're still called fake city children because that's what they are. Yeah, now we're Kyoko and now we're fighting them.
これで逆らわない。良き演奏でしたね。
It is going to bother to play. Often the amount of auto battles makes me fall asleep. Well, if you are ever caught up with the game, then the actual stuff you need to do every game, like the amount of battles you need to do every game, is actually really low. You don't have to do much every day when you log in. So, as far as that is concerned, it's not actually that bad. But yeah, if you've just started out and you're going through everything, then there's a fuck ton of just auto battles and nothing else. So yeah, I think they do really need to change the way the progression is handled with the battles and the exploration and everything. I hope that Anniversary is going to show a bunch more stuff, because Anniversary is the biggest news drop of the year. Usually. Or Magia Day. It's split between Magia Day and Anniversary, because usually between either of these two, you have the biggest news drops of the year. So hopefully with Magia Day they have some more ideas regarding how to improve on all of this. Don't even halfway. Ooh. But you will someday. Don't worry about it. Like, the thing is, like, I see Akuma Homura not just as a character that is either good or bad or whatever right now, but more so an investment into the future. Because the more dark characters get released, every single new dark character, as long as it's not a dark attacker, you have to ask yourself, does this dark character synergize with Akuma Homura? And if the answer is yes, then Akuma Homura has just gotten better. Because Akuma Homura has these unique synergies with dark type characters. Like, for example, if they release a AoE dark debuffer or whatever, then you might say, oh, this goes perfectly with Akuma Homura, and suddenly Akuma Homura is way better. Like, that could just happen. Or let's say they introduce a dark type debuffer that is focused on dealing damage, right? Something like a Ren, but for dark type. And then you say, oh, you can put Akuma Homura as the attacker next to that, and Akuma Homura buffs crit rate and damage for dark type characters. So now that character, that dark type debuffer that is focused on DPS, now benefits from Akuma Homura being on the team. More synergies, right? Like, this is the thing with Akuma Homura. She's very synergistic with a lot of characters in the game, and will be more synergistic with future characters as well. Like, more so than other characters even. Because the field is just kind of weird like that. Wonder when we get next. So I think next is going to be the end of Crest Memoria. So Crest Memoria is going to end. Part 3 Crest Memoria. With Sumire and Fuka. And then I think it actually does seem quite likely that we get something like Tart next. But it's also possible we get more Mega Record stuff, because there's still Kanagi is missing. And then a whole bunch of low rarity characters are also missing from Mega Record. So it's also possible we're getting those next as well. So yeah, I think that's generally what's next, is Crest Memoria 3, Mega Record stuff, and then possibly Tart. So yeah, that's at least my guess, but it still could be anything. Like, the developers do like surprising us, sometimes positively, sometimes negatively, but usually they at least like to surprise us, like, generally. And they are putting a lot of effort, so yeah, I don't know what Anniversary is going to bring, but Anniversary might actually be kind of insane. Okay, area boss. What, we just more fake city children? Now it's being affected by Doom Duty. It's not doomed. It's less doomed than Saya Kyoko, simply because with Saya Kyoko, one of them is gonna die. They just can't stay alive for some reason. Specifically Sayaka. Sayaka just can't stay alive. She just can't help herself. She just gotta die somehow. There you go, bonk. Actually a boss, wow. It's actually kind of weird that you would think that someone like Marukami would be very synergistic with a lot of characters, and she's kind of synergistic with a lot of characters, but Akuma Homura actually feels more synergistic with more characters than Marukami, which doesn't feel like the way it should be, right? You would expect Marukami to be the more synergistic character, and not Akuma Homura, but yeah, no. They somehow flipped those roles for some reason. And there we go, look at that. It's the Nutcracker Witch fight. And they once again went all out with the environmental design. This is such a good fucking design, man. Right on the guillotine? Yeah. Nothing bad's gonna happen, don't worry about it. Bong. Discoveries? Oh, that's... Not sure about bad things, but questionable things are going to happen for sure. Ultimately, it's all gonna end up fine. Look at that giant horns. Is that even necessary? There we go, look at that. Nutcracker Witch minions. The Homura needs to seem some ramp up time to deal big damage. Yeah, but that's totally fine because as an attacker, you don't need to burst turn 1 anyway. Like as an attacker, you're basically just trying to at least get warmed up until the boss breaks and reaches max break bonus. Only then do you actually need to deal damage as an attacker. So I don't actually mind if the Homura doesn't immediately do max damage turn 1. Also the real place where Akuma Homura shines is not score attack. Because as I mentioned earlier, and it's going to be a big takeaway during my review video as well, is that Akuma Homura's damage is very spread out, right? She has a special that then triggers a space rip, that then gets an extra action if you have Ascension 4, right? And she triggers space rips all the time. She gets more sigils to then just make her special stronger, but also her space rip stronger, but they're two separate hits, right? And she gets a lot of turns because of action advance, and she gets a lot of specials because of MP gain from Dark type allies, right? Like, Akuma Homura gets a fuck ton of attacks that all deal really high damage. It's just that when it comes to score attack, you want a single big hit. And that's something that Akuma Homura is just not made for, right? Someone like Oriko is actually better suited for just a singular big hit, right? But outside of score attack, as soon as you go outside of score attack, having a single big hit is not actually that important. Like, sure, that's Chaos Mode, but Chaos Mode hasn't been updated in a while, and hasn't gotten many new witches in a while, and all the witches that are still in there are getting mogged by just having higher level. Like, all those witches were made for level 100 without Crystallis. Now we have 120, soon 140 with Crystallis, that the damage records are not a big deal anymore anyway. Like, the damage records are going to be really easy to get for free to play. So, what else is there where damage actually matters? Well, it turns out the most important part where damage actually matters outside of score attack is link rate. And with link rate, it's actually really important that you do a lot of damage, not just once, but all the time. Your damage per second, basically, or your damage per turn, if you want to call it that, that is what matters for link rate. And Akuma Homura's damage per turn is absurdly fucking high, like insanely fucking high, because she just keeps throwing out damage all the time. That is really high, that buffs itself, buffs the team, bonus turns, space rip, more specials, right? Like, she just keeps throwing out stuff. And because of that, I would say that specifically for any score attack that is dark type and not purely single target, Akuma Homura is going to be absolutely insane. Like, if it's dark type weak and 2 or more targets, Akuma Homura is going to have a field day. Is still Homura's best attacker? What does best mean? Personally, I would say she's the attacker I like the most. I don't think there's a best attacker, to be fair. But I will say that I like her the most. And she's extremely powerful. Do you recommend pulling for Devil Homura? That's a question that everyone has to answer for themselves, because that's not really something that I can answer for other people. Specifically in gacha games, specifically this one actually. In gacha games, it's like how much a character is worth to you personally is like the most important thing. And this game is not so difficult that you need the best characters. You just need characters that you like and have built correctly, and if you've built them correctly and have put together a good team, then you can go with any character, really. Who does the most damage the easiest? Even that does not a question I can really answer. Like with low ramp up or something, like, that's not a question you can answer, I'm sorry. If I were to say anything, it would be wrong. You have A3 Homura? Yeah, that's great. Homura was fantastic. But Homura was underrated? I don't think she was underrated. It's more rather that she was, or is, limited, and people don't roll much on limiteds. Is A5 Sana good for cast? Yeah, absolutely, sure. I would say she's the best choice because Kirika A5 would probably be better, but she's still a choice that can get through chaos. Yeah. You have to just for sandbox chaos if you don't have a good attacker. Not specifically. At least not off the top of my head. The thing about chaos is that you don't need to do it immediately. You can actually just wait a while. So it's fine to just take a break and just get better characters and come back later. Or more fitting characters, or higher level characters, or characters with better crystals, etc. Look, it's Samu. Void, really? Now, I don't even have time to put on music because she's gonna die immediately. I just already did. It's kinda sad, eh? That went fast. Well, I think it's not the real fight. I think there's gonna be another fight after this, probably. Area clear. Yeah, we're gonna have to chase her now. You expect only to have 2 phases? Yeah. She has 2 phases, as you can see. This is not the end. It continues. What's Rebellion Part 2 gonna be if you already finished the story? It's Rebellion Part 2 of the event. Right now, the event is only the first half, and then on the 6th one we get the event for the second half. But yeah, story-wise, we just finished it all right now. So Mustafa ult still AoE if only one enemy? Yeah. Then all the hits go on one enemy. Yeah, then all the hits do stack up on like one enemy. So if you have 10 Devil's Hit Shields, that means you get 10 extra hits on one target, which is 100% bonus damage basically. Additionally to the damage you already do. We have another episode now as a theme as well. all of the OSTs in here. That's... I still can't believe that they put the entire OST in there. It's really good.
聞いてくださいませ。まあ、ここ。このやれるよ。これ逆らわないと。
The question is, how much is there gonna be after we beat the Nutcracker Witch? Because this is the name of the window, Nutcracker Witch. But we know that Rebellion doesn't end at that point. Dude! Dude! Are you late? We've been streaming for about 2.5 hours, so I would say so. But it's okay. So we have an Ascension 4 Akuma Homura, who is doing pretty well.
聞いてくださいませ。
Wow, the little twirl.
絶好調かも。これで逆らわないと。
But it's okay, Link Gaming, because I'm going to be streaming for like 10 more minutes, so you didn't miss much.
いい手応え。
We are for an hour and I'm still live. Yeah, we're still... The story takes a while. I'm not going to be doing Nightmare because it seems like it's going to take way too long to do that as well. And I gotta do other stuff today as well, like eating. Yeah. But yeah, I think we're gonna probably... Is it just gonna be Nutcracker Witch and then after the boss fight, there's just some story nodes, right? They could just put multiple story nodes after the Nutcracker Witch fight, because you can't really fight anything after Nutcracker Witch. You can't put a boss after Nutcracker Witch. But there's a bunch of story after that, so I don't know. I'm gonna get Ascension 5 for Akuma at some point, but not right now. Not in this gacha at least. At some point in the future during a rerun, or if they ever introduce an item that just gives someone a Ascension, which is possible. It's gonna be happening at some point. I have a feeling it will, but not anytime soon. Not in this year, I don't think, but it's not impossible either. Did make us fight Madoka? No, but Homura would never harm Madoka. This is something that I have to mention. Sometimes gets brought up, like what would happen in a continuation of Rebellion's story. And some people thought, oh no, Homura and Madoka, they have to fight. And I'm like, there's a 0% chance that Homura and Madoka would actually be trying to hurt each other, like legitimately. Sure, they could get into a scuffle or whatever, but actually trying to hurt each other is never going to happen. Homura is never ever going to actually attempt to seriously hurt or injure Madoka in any way. And Madoka, on the other hand, is not going to attempt to seriously hurt or injure Homura on the other hand. Like, they're not going to fight each other. The only time Madoka ever hurt someone else directly is when she had to kill Mami. And that was a very, very bad thing. Like, they're not going to repeat that. So there would be a reason to anyway. So yeah, Madoka and Homura would never fight. It's not going to happen. There we go. But you can see we're still very much not at the end yet. This might not be the last Homer Lily anyway. There might be another dude after this, who knows. Yeah, well, Pokesoft Kaiten got delayed. We don't know until when. They just said they're gonna tell us to when it got delayed, because they don't actually know to when it got delayed. Did the boss's HP bar just move a significant amount just from the reflect? Damn. So this one has a lot more HP than the other one, but not by that much. So Dark Field. By the way, you can tell you're in Dark Field because it's raining these dark feathers. You would expect the Dark Field to show on the ground, right? They would show on the ground that it's like dark stuff. But on most battles, there's not even a ground. Like, for example, there's no ground on this battle. So instead, the way they show that you're in Dark Field is that it's raining dark feathers. That's how you know you're in Dark Field. There's probably gonna be another fight against Homura. Would be my guess. But the later to coincide with the game. The game is. You mean with this game? This game has been out and going for over a year almost. I think that ship has sailed. Like making it coincide with the game. That ship has sailed a long time ago. Is that actually the final Homura fight now? Yeah, I think it is. Or was it? Maybe not quite. Maybe there'll be one more. Look at all the stuff that is supposed to have really cool music, but it's muted because of copyright. Okay, there will be one more Homura fight. Okay. Oh, content for the game, but they can drop that content for the game at any point. They don't need to delay stuff. Like if they're saying, if the movie is like we're gonna put the movie out at that point, and we want something in the game at the same time, they can just do that. Like the developers can just move stuff around. They don't need to delay the movie for anything regarding the game. Anniversary is gonna be crazy. That is absolutely certain. Maybe I guess money because there's less hype. I don't think that's that big of a deal. Like they don't have to make it coincide with anniversary of etc. Like there's really not much of a reason for it. Don't forget that it makes sense sometimes not to have everything happen at the same time, but to spread out events over a course of time so that you can keep the hype going for longer, right? Like it's not just about piling everything at once. Sometimes you want to spread the hype out across longer periods of time. That is actually the way to make more money. So I don't think there's any good reason to have anniversary at the same time as the movie, especially because anniversary is gonna make a fuck ton of money anyway. Like they don't need Kaiten to make a fuck ton of money. They're gonna make it anyway. And on the other hand, Kaiten doesn't need anniversary to make money. They don't need it. They don't need each other, like at all. Also, at the same time, it's not like they can do that much in the game anyway, because the game is not going to spoil Kaiten for people. That would be insane and completely counterproductive. So they can't put any story regarding Kaiten in the actual game, unless they do something that doesn't even have anything to do with the movie, in which case people won't care. What if every limited character comes back for anniversary? I mean, that's likely. I would say that's quite likely. The movie content and the movie comes out at the same time. Yeah, but they don't have to do the movie content in the game at that or this specific point in time. They can just decide to do it later or earlier or some other point, right? Like, there's no schedule for when they have to do it in the game. They can always drop an emergency mummy anyway. They're definitely dropping a unit. It's possible, but I don't think they're gonna do much, because it would just spoil too much of Kaiten. Like, there's definitely gonna be some sort of event or some sort of celebration, right? But I don't think there's going to be much actual content, is what I'm trying to say. Teleportation, wow. Yeah, they always have a bunch of mummies they can still throw out there. Look at Madoka or Iroha. Yeah, that's usually what they do for anniversary. It's just either Madoka or Iroha. Or both. Maybe that'd be an original story? Theoretically, yes, but if you're doing a completely original story that is only tangentially related to Kaiten, then it's not really Kaiten, is it? Maybe we see a dual unit? Doubt it. I just hope they give us lots of gems. I'm sure they will. I'm sure they're gonna give us a lot of free rolls. The gems are not even as important as like just getting a lot of tons of rolls, right? Because you're gonna use the gems for rolls anyway. Well, at least with gems you can decide what banner to use them on. But yeah. When a 5-star selector, also very much possible. We at least know for certain that the anniversary will be much better than the anniversary for Hoyo games. Because the anniversaries for Hoyo games is they just give you usually like a website that you can see to see your statistics for that year. Like how many pieces of loot have you gotten that year? How many enemies have you defeated that year? And that's about all they're doing. And then you get like enough pulls for like 5 pulls. And that's all. That's the entire anniversary. That's the entire anniversary in Hoyo games. You don't get fuck all else. You get like 5 pulls and look what you did this year. And that's it. That's the anniversary in Hoyo games. Get fuck all. And the Mark Record anniversaries were always extremely charitable towards the players. Oh yeah, you can get Mappa too as well in the free daily temples. I got Mappa, the regular Mappa you in the free pulls recently. But yeah, Mappa 2 is in the free pulls already. Bonus? Oh, look at the bonus. They could have just added the bonus node, by the way, to the end of that other stage we just did. Like, there's no reason to actually have it be a separate node, because there's just 3 small items in here and that's it. That's it. New games can invite a 5-star is not limited for anniversary. Yeah, a lot of gacha games do that, where if they have been running for a while, let's say a gacha game has been out for like 2 years or so, they will just say, hey, now everyone gets a free 5-star. Just like that. Which Margaret also did, by the way. Like, Margaret also, after like 2 or 3 years, they said now when you start the game, or all the existing players, you can just select a free 5-star. You can just get one. Am I gonna stop the live after finishing standard? Yeah, probably, because this is taking way longer than I thought it would. And I need to do other stuff as well today. And Nightmare is gonna take way too long. Nightmare is gonna take like twice as long to 3 times as long per battle. And battles is what takes up most of the fights, most of the time. So I'm gonna be sitting here for like 2 hours to just do Nightmare, which is way too long. Nightmare does have original story though, like actual new story that plays during the events of Rebellion story, by the way. So you should definitely do Nightmare and actually read them, and rather look at, experience the Nightmare bonus stories, because there is new stories. I think one of the, I think I've already seen some screenshots of it. One of the Nightmare bonus stories is not Tiro Finale. It is indeed a, I think everyone's trying to be wingman for Sayaka and Kyosuke? Or Hitomi and Kyosuke, I'm not actually certain. But basically they're like, Homura, you have to talk to Kyosuke and get Kyosuke to be at this point in to be at right over there at this point in time. So then Sayaka can come in and look cute or whatever over there and whatever. I don't know what they're doing, but it's something like that. They're trying to basically help out the kid and not be gay. It's gay conversion, basically, yeah. So I haven't seen the end of that event, of course, or end of that story, rather, but my guess is that, of course, at the end of that story, Sayaka realizes that she's actually gay for Kyoko anyway. Two hours of auto battle is peak, etc. stream content. Yeah, it is. It's really fun. More extra. Whoa. That's new. Extra? Really? Wow. I'm about to knock at your door after it. I'm just gonna tell her, like, hey, Mingo can't become witches, and she's gonna immediately self-destruct. Like, it's really that easy. It's really, really easy to deal with mommy. Yeah.
任せていい。ここ。
Hmm?
くそ。
これ逆らわないと。
Took me all morning and afternoon to finish standard mode. Yeah. It's taken a while. I understand why they're doing it, because each of these nodes usually, or most of them, comes with some story as well. And they want to show off the enemies, they want to show off the environments and all the animations and everything that they did. So if there only were like 2 or 3 battles, I feel like that would feel too empty. If there were only like 2 or 3 battles, then yeah, I can understand why that would not be enough. But at the same time, it becomes slog. I'll say this is the #1 downside that etc. still has gameplay-wise. Would you still Homura in PvP? Nope, I would not use attackers generally in PvP. I don't think attackers have a space in PvP anymore.
聞いてくださいませ。
力。ここ。
Also not much reason generally, because she doesn't do anything special that would make her specifically good for PvP.
これで逆らわないと。
Besides, if you want to use an attacker in PvP, I think regular Homura, cool Homura is already the best choice. Because she kills people as soon as they break. Or Oriko if you want to do the full Oriko strat. That is of course also a thing you can do. Yeah, exactly, Oriko.
手加減は聞いてくださいませ。
まあここ。
Okay, I think we're almost done actually. So, like I said though, I do wonder what's gonna be after
肩透かし
Nutcracker. Are they gonna have just really long cutscenes after Nutcracker that last for like a really long time? Of everything that happens after the defeat of Nutcracker Witch and the end of Rebellion? We'll find out. Yeah, they could just have multiple story nodes in a row and no fights. Almost. Oh, look at that. We're setting up. What's the Oriko strategy? The Oriko strategy is basically you get as much speed as you can and a Rika, because Rika gives MP with her skill, and you have Rika give MP with her skill to Oriko, and then have a, I think it's a Hazuki to pull Oriko's turn up, and then with the Rika MP plus Oriko getting a fast turn with Hazuki, Oriko is sitting at like 95% MP or something. And because she's sitting at 95% MP, as soon as an enemy attacks, Oriko immediately gets a special.
力。
And then that special with all of the buffs from Hazuki and Rika is supposed to just one-shot the enemy team. That's basically the strategy.
この調子やれるよ。
And it works decently well.
肩透かしね。
I wouldn't say it's the best strategy out there, but it works decently well. Look at Nutcracker being all, like, Homura being all dramatic and everything. What a drama queen. Really. We're going over there? Is that bonus? They put the extra all the way over here, Jesus. Like, take a second, Homura. I'm gonna just be right over there. I'll be right back in like 10 minutes, I don't know. But yeah, this environment also fantastic. Every single environment in this game is just fucking great.
遊んでおくれ。
They give 110% for the environment every single time.
くださいませ。
You can be like, I need the luck for myself. Okay, you can have some of the luck.
まか。
You're gonna get Akuma. I can feel it.
この調子でやれるよ。
Yeah.
これ逆らわないと。
Okay, they're not gonna do extra 2, are they? Extra 2 is kind of crazy. frozen over. It's actually still the path that we were taking. We were running across the notes, but it's frozen now. Whoa. As you can see, wow, that's kind of crazy. And there's Cuba looking in. Time to drop extra 3. Oh my god, extra 3 is that. That's not good enough. You can't do that.
手加減はできません。聞いてくださいませ。
マク。
やれるよ。
Okay, certainly it's boss fight after this, right? They might really just end it with Homura. That's insane. Would Nagisa's legging where her head should go and looks cursed? Her Nendoroid. Yeah, okay, good. Good thing that you mentioned it's her Nendoroid because I was about to call the fucking cops. Look at those cubes. Look at them. Like, duh. They're like, duh. What are they looking at?
私と遊んでおくれ。
てか聞いてくださいませ。
Hey, actually, shouldn't I? No, wait. I was about to say the nightmare should go faster with the buffs, like the story buffs, but I think that's actually just for standard difficulty, so no, nightmare's not gonna go easier.
やれるよ。肩透かしに逆らわないと。
Why is Strength so underrated? What? Underrated? I put her as the best character in the entire game on my tier list. What? Most people treat Ren as the best character in the game, or one of the best characters in the game. So I'm not sure what you mean by underrated. I just mean as a character, like personality-wise and story-wise and everything like that. Like, yeah, that I can sort of kind of agree with because she's better than most Pulamagoli Quintet characters even. Okay, maybe not most, but than some at least.
あり余ってる。
Isabeau wife doing at those cube eyes? Well, there's a reason why those Isabeau eyes look the same. Which I'm sure you know, which is why you're saying it. I didn't say it. I only looked at it, okay? Ren's the best character in the game. Good character in the game, good character in story, great design. Yeah, the design is also fantastic. It's full of themes. Oh god, all those themes in that design. Jesus fucking Christ. They went full wild with that design in terms of themes. Okay, what do we got? Nothing, because we're still not finished. Quella pittura, rank up, 176. That's a big number. It's only getting bigger. Give us a witch form first, like they did in Mario record. Huh? Oh, in Isabeau, you mean. Okay, let's see what we got. This is the actual real boss fight, although it's still standard difficulty, so it's gonna die in like 2 turns. There it is. Let's put some music on for this one. Where is it? There. There is something about Akuma attacking Homura, but eh. Did they finish all of Akuma in a single window? Yeah, they did. Because Akuma is only a single manga that, or rather, it has other parts of the manga as well. But the main story of Akuma is like a single manga that is rather short. What song is this? This is from Toho 19, the theme of Zanmu, which in its full title is "The Deviance is Unobstructed Like Kingdom of Nothingness." Okay, light. Bonk. Yeah, that went fast. So I assume this is Akumura. I think I get a cutscene for this as well. Yep, there's a cutscene.
待たせちゃってごめんね。今日までずっと頑張ってきたんだよね。まどか。さあ、行こう。これからはずっと一緒だよ。ええ、そうね。この時を。
See the line, Bard.
ムラちゃん。やっと捕まった。理解できないのも当然よ。ええ、誰にわかるはずもない。この思いは私だけ
Is the life lagging too much? What do you mean?
だけのもの。ホムラちゃん。
Who has more damage? A0 Devil Homura or A5 Homura? Yeah, A5 Homura, easily.
言ったはずよ、まどか。もう二度とあなたを離さない。
If you had to, whose role would you switch? Like attacker, buffer, defender? No, I think they're all fine. Mitama could be buffer or debuffer. Probably debuffer. Mitama should have been debuffer, but yeah, that's about it. Okay, that was the 3D cutscene. Nice. Now 3D cutscene. 3D cutscenes, yeah. Oh, such as Akuma out damage and A5 I don't know, because it's many different situations and use cases and enemy target count. And are you asking single hit or multi-hits? And it's like, I can't answer that. And yeah, that's that. Okay, it's enough for the music as well. Got him. How about those mem sparks? You want to talk about the mem sparks? Yes. Let's talk about the mem sparks. I would love nothing more than talk about mem sparks.
最後まで大丈夫か？窓の中の世界を灯台に持ってくる。
Bring the world inside the window into the lighthouse. Don't do that.
何を？ここを
To make this place the same as the world inside the window. Don't do
そ
that.
うしなくちゃダメ。君は一体。
Yeah, Yurika does not like that. That's a real-time Yurika reaction right there.
あれ、私。
And that woke Namaya up. That's good.
正気に戻ったようだね。今、
Thanks, Yurika, for the
君は
assist.
記憶の光から大きすぎる感情の影響を受けて飲み込まれていたんだよ。だって、
Damn.
それは君の感情じゃない。
Yeah, this is not your
記憶の光の中身は
story in
大
this
切かもし
case,
れな
I
いけ
guess.
れど、窓の中身はそれでも永久に怒られてもズンって思う。そうしろって。
If she's starting to feel love as well, oh no, we've turned Namaya gay.
重く熱く逆らえない大きな感情。
Which situation do you think will be better using Akuma over Homura? Generally AoE fights. Yeah, generally AoE fights would be my answer for that. A5 Kulmura against A1 Devil Homura at 5 enemies? I don't know. I don't know. I can't answer that.
ああ、そうか。愛という感情に。
Yeah, there you go. Ayo.
それも執着に近い愛。愛してい
Definitely
て
not
も
obsession.
呼ばれ
Nah, definitely not.
一概にいいものとはなぜならさっきの君みたいに愛憎なんて言葉があるくらい愛はよくいわば 劇薬のようなもの
Love can be quite powerful. Yeah, doesn't Cubase know a lot about that? I mean, I know this is not Cubase, this is AQ, which is Aina. But still, Cubase learned a lot about
よくわ
how dangerous love can be, you know?
まあ哀愁となるとそれじゃあ別の角度から君にとって今大切なもの記憶の光をだから永久とよだかも
Hey, yeah. Squawkity, squawkity. Can you get more Cubase? I mean, if other people, after the events of Arc 2, decide to join the Maga record, and in turn then become part of the Lighthouse, then sure, possible.
窓の中の世界を灯台に持って帰っていたとしたらいや仮にそれができていた僕たちのいる世界は
Restore the way we live in.
記
Yes,
憶の
wouldn't not be
光
good.
も灯台やだ不安でいっぱいになる
Yurika is emoting again. I love Yurika.
その感情も一つの愛と言えるねでも今のはギュッてするけどポカポカ
Emotions are scary.
愛は愛でもこれは何かを思い大切にすること親しみと愛情を相手に持つような
Love and familiarity.
灯台のような物体には君にとっての灯台は物体その感情を表すには親愛が一番近いはずさ
Mm-hmm.
個人的には哀愁よりはまだ次の窓にだって
Yeah, we would love to answer next window, but it's not here yet, I'm
生ま
sorry.
れたくない親愛哀愁とまではいかずと感情を得すぎるのも考えものかもし
Yeah, emotions are kind of doing weird stuff with Naoe. But it's all gonna be fine. Right? Nutcracker Witch is now unlocked. We got more stuff from here. Player XP. Oh, that's a lot more player XP than before. Like, that's a fuck ton more player XP than we got before. Like, 10k for this is like a lot. Yeah, that's a fuck ton. Unless I misremember, but I remember that being a lot lower than that. But yeah, that's the end of normal mode. Battler is just skips anyway, so it's not like Battler does anything, and then Nightmare is just a lot of auto battles for like a really long time. Like hours upon hours of normal battles. But yeah, that's that. So I would say that we've done a pretty good job finishing everything up for today. This was my longest stream in a while. So, let's see. Yeah, no. I'm going to be doing a lot of Crystallis farming as well now because I have a lot of QP saved up that I'm all going to dump into Crystallis as well. So I'm going to be doing that. And if I dump all of those XP, all of those QP into XP by just doing Crystallis and then do Battler and Nightmare, maybe I can get to like level 123, 124 maybe, I don't know. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing next. So for now, though, I want to say goodbye, and I want to tell you guys to hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, become a member today, and shout out to my members and all my subscribers, and I'll see you guys next time. Am I going to stream Nagisa? Probably not, because there's not going to be any new content as far as I know. It's just Nagisa releases and that's it. But yeah, see you, bye!